Good evening, everybody. We're cracking on tonight. I know, it's unusual. Not only am I basically on time, but I'm getting right to the point. We're going to be playing Trudvang Legends again. It's going to be Chapter 2. If you know nothing about the game or you're just dropping in, you should check out the first video first. And if you're conscientious of spoilers, this is full of them, so I apologize in advance. That's your spoiler warning. I'm not going to mention it again. From here on out, potentially full spoilers. It is, of course, a game with a branching narrative, and what I do may not be what you do. The outcomes you see may not be the same as mine. But, you know, if you want to come in fresh-faced, bushy-tailed, and completely unawares, turn away for now. But come back later and see if things panned out the same way here that they did for you, and let me know how it went in your playthroughs. So, Trudvang Legends, here we go. And I can see we've already got a few folks here in chat as well. Good evening, Heggers and Eddie. Thanks for joining. Yeah, the new haircut. Geez, Heggers, where you been, man? It's not on you anymore. But thank you so much for joining me, gentlemen. Yeah, this has been a rather last-minute episode, but I really wanted to play this again. I've been trying to get it to the table all week to do Chapter 2, and finally, I have done so. Now, actually, I do have a few points of order. There were some mistakes I made with the solo mode Vulgar in the last game. I will correct those in this game, insofar as if I can still remember them. I'm sure it'll be fine. But someone pointed out that during the boss fight, I multiplied their attack damage by 2. That was incorrect. They don't actually multiply their damage by 2. They attack twice. That could have been significant. So that was an error. I actually did know that. The person in chat seemed a little unsure of themselves, or in the comments. And I should really bring that up actually, so I can say thank you to those that commented their awareness there. But this was a chap called Garion Resists. And Brandon Jenkins, and also Mark Buckley. So thanks very much, guys, for watching the video, for weighing in on the rules. Yes, the boss should have attacked twice at 3 damage each. I should have pulled a event card for each attack, rather than using one big attack at 6 damage. And I did read that in the rulebook. I did know that, and then I just forgot it, as is the case sometimes with these things, particularly on live streams. And the other one was that there was some question around the Draugr having 4 hit points. They definitely have 4 hit points. If I at any point during the playthrough treated them as though they have 2 hit points, that was an accident. I was simply having a little brain moment there, a little brain error. So that was human error right there. So I apologize for that if I made that mistake. But that's about it, I think, in terms of that. There was, of course, a couple of issues around how the solo character interacts. Let's see if I can remember where these buttons go. That's my sheet. That's the enemies. This one's showing the board, which means this is Vulgar. Right, here he is. So, with Vulgar here, what I'd done is I'd sort of... I hadn't understood correctly the solo rules around getting attacked. So the enemies will never ever attack him. They'll only attack me, and I can spill excess damage onto Vulgar if I want. How exactly that interacts with his abilities, I'm not 100% sure, actually. But speaking of abilities, I actually need to upgrade one of these because it's mission 2. So he should have a level 2 ability there as well. Eddie says, speaking of Simon, I got my Simon Scooby-Doo Kickstarter board game. Is that the one with all the painted minis, Eddie? Because I eyed that up. I liked the look of it. I didn't get it in the end. And Hager says, it is, to me, it's been a long week. I know, buddy. I don't... That's not... I don't know. I hope whatever has caused your week to elongate has been alleviated, and you're looking forward to a nice weekend. But, likewise, I've been feeling a bit of a long week here as well. And Eddie says, yep, that's the one. The painted minis look great. Yeah, I liked the look of those sets, Eddie. I couldn't sort of justify the light nature of the game in my collection because I'm kind of full on light games to play with the family, so to speak. But that was also on Kickstarter long before we had the latest member of my family, which is not mine, but in fact, a close member of the family has a new baby, so that's very exciting. And likewise, I actually love Scooby-Doo, and I would have been very, very tempted. Well, I was very tempted by it. I almost pulled the trigger on it. I showed a bit of self-restraint, only because I didn't think anyone I knew would be interested in playing it. Anyway, moving swiftly on to business at hand. As I said, if you were here before, let's have a quick look. This is going to be, I guess, also for the benefit of Haggard. And people who missed episode 1. And you should definitely still go back and watch that, because it's obviously top-notch quality content. But for those of you who missed, our elven master who trained us here in Edgeland has passed away. He was the possessor of an ancient, powerful relic known as the Stone Saga, a small white stone of mysteriousness that possesses great power, allegedly. Must do, because a large monster wielding 2 cleavers, called 2 Cleavers, showed up at the tower, murdered our master, and took the Snow Saga away. He went on a bit of a trek, actually, through the Troll Ridge Mountains for some reason, because the entire time he was in possession of a dragon mount. And after a final showdown in the Troll Ridge Mountains with him, the dragon mount flew him over here to the Dark Woods, where we will pursue him in Chapter 2, Thief of Darkwoods. There was also a breakout of monsters here in Wildland, which we didn't get to resolve because we were too busy chasing this giant creature around. I also died a bunch, and as a result, we've got this Darkness card, which has made the... let me see if I can jump back up here. We've got a Darkness card here, which is augmenting the rules slightly. They've made the Draugr stronger, so if we can avoid dying in this one, that'd be great. This is the Thief of the Darkwoods card. I'll read you now, actually, very quickly what it says on it. Maybe I can put the camera over there, and then I'd have to pull it out the sleeve. Will the camera cable extend this far? Definitely. Let's leave the camera over here to look at the minis. Look at the nice minis. This is my Volgir, my silent warrior helper. And this is my Vintner Weaver character, who is a Trudvang version of a wizard, I suppose. And on the Darkwood, Thief of the Darkwoods reads, all of the clues you found regarding your mentor's shadowy assassin point towards the Darkwoods. If you want to avenge your mentor, you must travel to the murky forest and find the assassin's trail before it fades into the mists. And then, of course, it instructs us to go to the storybook. I have correctly changed the chapter card here, reset all the hidden information, and for those of you who are curious about the solo mode at all, you only get to take half your items and titles with you, so rounding up, I have 3 items. The Black Crystal Shard that we recovered last time, and do you know what? I don't know which one I should take, actually, because I had, so I've kept the Warrior's Weapons, which is +3, just hit for 4 damage, or 3 damage. It seems really good. I didn't get to use it much in the last game, so that's... Oops, sorry about that, guys. Just a little hiccup there, but not to worry. All resolved. And hopefully we're back. So I was just second-guessing my choices about the items. Oh, here's my mistake. That's way too much exposure. That better? And sometimes when this goes down, I have to reset all the cameras, and they always want to be overexposed for some reason. I don't really know. Anyway, this is the Warrior's Weapons. We looked at that. This is a big 3 damage hit, so I think that's a good one to take and even put on top. It's my favorite of the 3 I've got. And then the other one is these 2. So the Vintner Weaver's spells kind of combos with a ability card I have, an ability feat card I have. The deal 1 damage twice. I've got a card that increases damage of all attacks. So if I can pull those off together, they're really good. I just haven't managed to do it yet. The Black Crystal Shard is an instant, and you discard all of your demonic things that you've drawn, and they go back in the bag. I've not found them to be too much of a problem yet, touch wood, so I don't know about that one. Instant's kind of cool. But yeah, actually, do you know what? I think, given how much of a hard time we had last time, let's leave the Black Crystal Shard to one side for now. This might come to hand later. We still count as having it. So if something in the game is like, do you have a Black Crystal Shard? Yes, we do. It's here. It's just not going to be affecting combat or the game once the game begins, which is right now. So with that in mind, let us go and... here's a little shot of my heroes once again, now out of focus once more. Don't worry, I will handle this. So, you can see some Druger hanging out in the background there. They're in the Dark Woods. I suspect that's where we're going to be going in Thief of the Dark Woods. So here's a little opening tale for you all. And I'm just going to hit refresh here as well, because I seem to have lost chat. There it is, it's back. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, here we go. On to Chapter 2. Thief of the Dark Woods. And do let me know if that music's too loud. I'll turn it down a little bit, I think. But yeah, do let me know if the balance is off. And it can always be adjusted. Kirjonti, your mentor, is gone. The ancient relic called the Snow Saga has been stolen. All clues of the assassins and thief lead to the Dark Woods. And then there's like a... Oh, there's a bunch of setup instructions here, including one that I've missed. Put out a bunch of forest trolls. I found the combat really difficult. I don't know if it's just because I'm playing solo. It wasn't... What I found difficult was actually hit points. I found that there's not really a good way to get hit points back. And I found that I didn't really have enough hit points to kind of see me through enough of the game. So, in any case, here we go. Here is the board as we see it now. We've got some forest trolls, Druger. Let's call them Draugr. Let's agree it's Draugr. 4 Draugr, 2 in each of the Darkwoods regions, 2 forest trolls up there, and 3 here in RG. And then it says, reveal point of interest A. Let's go and take a look and see what's going on in point of interest A, shall we? The Darkwoods Forest, Eastern Darkwoods, a deep and dark forest inhabited by the wild folk. They sound friendly. Interact to read entry C204. So I guess this is my first and currently only clue as to what is happening. But here we go. We'll pop A out here into the Eastern Darkwoods. And I don't see any reason not to go directly there, even though there's not a point of interest in the Wild Lad anymore, so we can't do anything about that, unfortunately, which is kind of a shame, because I was quite looking forward to going and doing that in the last one, but it all then ended very abruptly. So we find ourselves now at a sort of a juncture where we have nothing further story-wise to resolve, so we can begin the travel phase, and we shall just travel to the Ice Peak Mountains, I think, moving directly towards the point of interest. Of course, now we're surrounded by enemies. The Draugr are tougher than they were before, which is, I think, kind of not very nice, you know, because, like, I died a lot, and then everyone got meaner. And it's just kind of not fair, you know? Like, I died a lot. Everything should be easier. I guess that's not how life is. When you fail in life, everything just gets harder. It's Simon here, teaching me a valuable lesson. So, with that in mind, we must draw an event card. Hopefully it will be a nice one and not a nasty one. Come on now. Please don't make me do you manually, but I will. A dangerous beast has got your scent. Each hero in the party must perform a Strength 3 test. So this only applies to me because I'm technically the only player in this party. I'm trying to figure out a way to put this event card out without spoiling what happens. There we go. So I will do a Strength 3 test, keeping in mind that I can always sacrifice the fire tokens here to increase my result if I so desire. I only have 2 strength tokens in my little bag here, so chances are I'll probably need to spend at least one of these in order to modify my test. So here's the first 3 of 7. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. Oh, 1. Come on, find the last one. You get 1 more token. We get 7 tokens for a test like this. Blam! Damn it! Alright, so I need to give up both of these fire runes in order to pass this test. I just know that if we fail this, we're going to have to do a combat. And I'm trying to decide if the combat would be worse than just sacrificing 2 runes. Crush is so good, though. And they'll go back into the basket rather than onto his card. So I guess let's call this one a failure and hope it's not so bad. I don't know how... I've not seen many of these event cards. I don't know how bad they can get. Alright, Ice Peak Mountains. All heroes fail. You lose the fight, but find another path, foiling the creature. Each hero loses a health and discards a positive status effect. Have you had a chance to play this, Eggers? You sound like you might have. So, we lose a health each. So I lose a health. I presume each hero still doesn't apply to my hired hand, because he's not technically a hero. So I just lose 1 health and a blue status effect, which is actually kind of a big deal. But I don't have any yet, so fortunately I've missed the worst repercussion of this event. And with that, we move on to step 2. Well, that was step 2, actually, engage. But I didn't have to do that. I mean, my engagement was the event card. So explore, there's nothing to explore, so we're back to travel. And we shall continue our journey here into the eastern dark woods. Don't die on me now, Draugr. I mean, do die on me. You're already dead. I don't know. It's complicated when you're already dead. So here we go, getting ready for a grand old fight. So in order to interact with the point of interest, I will have to defeat these 2 Draugr. Martin, yes, good shout. I even said that, and then the stream crashed, and I had a bit of stress. I totally forgot to upgrade one of Vulgar's powers. Thank you, Martin, for reminding me of that. What shall we... Hager is complimenting my choice making because he's hoping it'll lead to disaster. This is just the kind of help I expect. Okay. So, I actually have to find his cards now. Oh, I should have done this off camera before the stream. So here we are. We can upgrade parry, sacrifice, crush, and defense. Sacrifice, let's have a look at what the upgrade of sacrifice is, because it's currently bloody useless. Is it just pick one? Is that what it says? Just pick one and it gets better. I think it's just upgrade one of their feats for each adventure played so far. Side quests don't count. Starting with all level 1 cards. Yeah, it just says upgrade their feats. I don't know if it wants me to do this in the normal way. So shall we do it in the normal way? Which is to say, taking all of the... No, we can't do it in the normal way because not everything is available in the solo mode, actually. So we will have to do it in the abnormal way. Okay, so the question is... Oh my god, hold on tight just a moment, please, folks. Alright, no stress. We got, so we got Crush 2, which is the upgraded form of Crush, just do more damage. We got Defense 2, which defends more damage. And actually, if all... he can't gain health back, it says, and gain 1 health. Can I gain that health? I presume no. Legendary Sacrifice, lose up to 3 health to deal 3 damage for each health you lose. This is terrible. Because... Oh, deal 3 damage for each health you lost. So he could do up to 9. Because each time he loses health, he loses a rune. And it's pretty bad. We've also got Parry 2 here as well. Which says... block 2 damage and deal 3 to the incoming attacker. Which is nice. What do you think, chat? Hey, thanks very much, Stu. I do appreciate it. I'm inclined to just upgrade the big attack. Just get more attack damage. But then, you know, I am kind of like... as a wizardy, I'm very squishy and quite good at attacking myself. So maybe it would be better to upgrade one of the defense abilities. After all, I did have a problem with dying in the last one. Of these that we did. Go big or go home. Yeah, big attack sounds good. Well, as they say, the best defense is a good offense. Let's take Crush 2 then. Get out of here, Crush 1. You're old news. Crush is actually just an ability that causes him to fall in love with his enemies. Right. Where are we at? Fight time. Alright. It's me versus the Drurger. We're going to have a fight, and we're going to win. Or not. They're tougher now. They do 3 damage, and they have 4 health. God, I wish I had, like, something instantaneous. But seeing as how we are over here in the zone, we will proceed directly to the engage step and fight the Draugr. Which begins with our ability to activate items and companions. We don't have any companions. Volgar's a hired hand, which is not a companion. So, Here's the Draugr card here. It's got +1 damage thanks to my ineptitude, and it's got 4 health, so 3 damage and 4 health. We don't have any chronicle points, so we can't use our warrior's weapons, and that's about that really. So we start off the combat by drawing 4 cards. He says double checking. Here we go. Mud Wall, good, we'll need that. That protects us from damage. Dark Tendrils, Vintner Blast, and Vintner Focus. So the Vintner Focus is the one that buffs both my attacks. But it only really works actually if I trigger the bottom part here. So I don't currently have any chronicle points, so I can't even trigger that. So it only affects 1 attack at the moment anyway. So let's go into our bag. We're going to draw 3 runes out and see how close we can get. Alright, well that's a demon. Not a great start, but you know, that's fine. We're going to draw some out. Now, we've got a water and a plant. And I'm tempted... I mean, we really want to do... I mean, there's not much point using Vintner Focus on Vintner Blast, because Vintner Blast does 4 damage anyway. And kills them. We could... Yeah, so the only reason to trigger Vintner Focus at all would be to gain the Chronicle point from this, which would be nice. But I think given our situation here with dying a lot and potential for catastrophe, I'm not sure if we should push that too much. So we've gone for Vintner Blast 1 and Mud Wall as well. Of course, we'll go for another throw here, and I'll do what I was doing last time, which is just offset these slightly so you can see where I put them. So here's 3 more runes, and we've got air, water, and fire. So we can complete... So here's our water. Here's our water here to finish off Mud Wall. Vintner Blast down here to finish that off. We can pop this over here on Vintner Focus. Now, I think we're in a pretty good place. I reckon we could probably still do 1 more pull. Again, the Vintner Focus is kind of useless, but you never know. We could get really lucky. And for what it's worth, here's my character card. All of the runes have reset to the character card. So we've got 4 intelligence runes, water runes, 2 wind runes, which are... I can't remember. 2 plant runes, which is agility. No, it's charisma. Yeah. Yeah, wind is charisma and plant is agility. And then we've got 2 fire runes, which is also strength. Which you saw in that test earlier. When it demanded I tested strength, I was looking for fire runes. And then we've got 5 evil bat runes. Oh no, Mr. Dadle. You've dropped in the spoilers! Oh, the spoiler alert. I didn't get so wiped out that we won't be doing Chapter 2. Here we go for the next pull. 3 more. Alright. Interesting. So we've got 1 more demon. And we've got a wind, which we can't place either of. And then we've got a water, which we can pop down here. We might as well, because this will give us 1 chronicle point. And so then we'll have 2, which is actually really good. More on that in just a minute. So, I think we should stick here, because any more and we won't be getting our chronicle point bonus down there. So, with that in mind, we've done all of our runes. We resolve... any instant feats, which we don't have any. So it's into the resolution step. We're going to start by resolving the mist track. We're in the blue zone, so we get all the blue bonuses along here, which is 1 chronicle point. And now we're going to resolve an attack of the enemies onto the heroes. So this is the first Draugr. And here we go. Here's the enemy deck. I have reshuffled it since last time. So I'll give it one more shuffle. So if I see that +3 again, I'm going to scream. Oh, I forgot my bit up front to address. Who was asking about the music? Sorry, I will get back to this. My brain getting completely distracted. Someone was asking about the music. For what it's worth, all of the music in this live stream for Trudvang Legends, Part 1 and 2, is free music offered by Ian Grimm, who's also known as Raven Scald on Kickstarter. Kickstarter? Oh my god, brain fart. On YouTube. You can find his stuff. Their stuff. You can find their stuff all over YouTube under that title. I'll put it in the description down below after the video. +2! Oh, that's no good. That's no bueno. So here's a 5 damage attack coming at me. I can block 2 with the mud wall. So it's down to 3 damage. So let's go and have a look over here, and maybe Volgir can do something to help us out. Yeah, so this is... I'm not sure if this is exactly how this is intended to combo, but I think it is. Because I think the idea is if this were an actual player, they could use parry and defense to block an attack. Oh no, but this won't make up 5 anyway. Damn it. So, I've got a big attack. Oh yeah, we've got a 3 damage coming at them next turn. So yeah, let's use parry then. So the little token here moves onto the card here to show that we've used this. We block 1 additional damage for a total of 3 damage blocked between the 2 cards, which means 2 damage seeps through. I'll take 1 here and 1 more here, actually. I'll take 2 on myself, I think. Try and keep Volgir's stuff for later. The more damage he takes early on, the less useful he'll be. So that card is resolved, and now it's time for the second attack. I actually forgot there was going to be a second attack. What a bummer. But that's life. So this is -1. So this is only going to do 2 damage. Unfortunately, there's not really anything I can do about it. Volgir can only contribute once. So this is 2 more damage. Oh my god, I'm already down to 4 health. Good god, there's got to be some way to heal in this game. Yeah, the healing character. Why didn't you take the healing character? I wanted to be a wizard! Fortunately, we haven't seen either of the runes that trigger anything yet on the bottom of these cards. Sorry. This is the one I wanted. The little runes down here can trigger special abilities. This one doesn't interact with the Draugr, though, so... That's fine. Now let's fight back. So, what we'll do is we'll use Vintner Blast, which will kill 1 Draugr. It does 4 damage. They have 4 hit points. And because we've got a skill active, we also gain 1 more Chronicle point. Which is important because now we've got 2. That's going to come into play in just a minute. And we've also got Vintner Focus, but I can't do anything with it. I presume it can only modify an attack rather than the damage reflected with parry, because parry's not an attack, it's a block. So, with that in mind, nothing triggers here. And that's the end of that. So all the runes go back into the bag. All of my runes go back. And these all pop into a discard pile. Right, but yes, here's where I forgot to show you guys what was happening, because I'm not good at TV. So, we killed one of these guys outright with the Vintner Blast, and the other has 2 damage on it from the parry. And now we are going to... that was We go to explore. We can't explore because there are enemies in our area. So we go back to travel. We're not allowed to travel because we're in an area with enemies and a point of interest. So we're straight back to engage and we do the combat all over again. But we're going to start this combat step by triggering for 2 Chronicle points the warrior's weapons to deal 3 damage to the last Draugr and kill it. So it is dead and we gain 1 experience point. And the warrior's weapons shuffles to the bottom of the weapons deck, dealing the Vintner Weaver spells. Good. Done. We move on to explore. And we'll check the point of interest, which says read entry C204. I need a bookmark. If you are visiting... Okay, there's a little bit of jumping around here. Emerging. Here we are emerging. Emerging from the murky shadows between the trees, a group of wild folk surround you and bring you to their village. Okay, so it says sleeve world card. Oh, I have a thing here as well. Sorry, bear with me here. Where's my bookmark? Take me back over here. Okay. Can't read these tiny cards. The heroes end the adventure, blah blah blah. That's fine. Okay, I don't need to worry about it. So we're sleeving Trouble in Wildland, which is here. If there's a point of interest in Wildland, add 1 token to this card. So that Celtic knot there is... It's not actually a Celtic knot. I don't know what that is. But add 1... It's just a general token, so it doesn't have any meaning until cards tell you what the meaning is. So in this case, you add 1 to the card. If there are 3 on this card, place 1 Garm in the Darkwoods and 1 in Eastern Darklands, and then discard the tokens. At the end of the game, remove this card from the game. I believe that's what that symbol means. I shall quickly double check it. Of course it doesn't have it conveniently at the back. Player aids, people. Player aids. How often do I have to preach for playing player aids and icon maps? This denotes at the end of the game. Remove this card from the game. Very good. So we sleeve this into the storybook here. Trouble in Wildlands. We're going to get some evil Garms showing up if we're not too careful. In the meantime, they're taking us to their village, and hopefully we will find something nice there. And not me. In the Eastern Arkwoods. Hey, Difter, glad you could join us. We're already down to below half health. It's only been half an hour. Ooh. Lots of instructions going on here. So we've got a new phase card. So this is going into slot 5 here. A new world card. It's called World. So this is a whole new phase of the game. World phase. Activate the effect of all sleeved cards bearing this symbol. Which is, of course, the Trouble in the Wildlands card that we just played. Can I get this in? And that's triggering off of if there's a point of interest in the Wildland. Currently there isn't. Was I supposed to leave that point of interest out from last time? I don't think so. It told me to put away all the tokens at the end of the adventure. Return all remaining tokens and figures. Yeah, so there's currently not a point of interest in the Wildlands. Are we going to have to go and resolve that? Just dropping my camera and breaking minis over here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. They should have done a stretch goal bookmark for this. The villagers belong to the Black Deer's clan. They lead you in front of their chief, an old man called Gorma. You're astonished to discover he's blind. Gorma listens to your words carefully. The gods must have plans about you strangers. In fact, 2 of my best warriors, Hilda my daughter and Harn my son, mentioned an ogre some weeks ago, though neither gave more details. They're definitely the best warriors. I'm not just saying that because I'm their dad. By now they've been gone for many weeks on errands on their own. I wouldn't worry about them because totally they are the best warriors, but I am kind of worried, even though I don't want to admit it, so... Hilda's in the wildland fighting a war against the Silver Trouts. A tribe of former allies turned suddenly hostile, while Harn ventured into the dark forest to investigate rumors of a strange dark mist, and has not returned. Perhaps you can discover what has happened to them. Eddie, I need more spells, yeah. So we've got 2 options here. We're going to reveal point of interest B and C. I'm sure this is going to put... I don't really want to go back to the Wildlands, but I'm also a little worried about this world event now where the Wildlands is just being invaded. Oh, sorry. Hold on. My bad. I don't know how long, though, I could even stave off that invasion. Also, aren't we... I mean, our mission here is to pursue the Snow Saga, right? That's kind of the most important. So here we go. Point of interest B is the Misty Forest, Dark Woods. A spooky ancient forest surrounded by mist. This is the last known location of Harn. Totally the best warrior in the clan. And that's B, and that's in the Dark Woods itself. And then C, Camp of the Black Deers. So this is in the wildland. A war encampment on the left side of a creek facing a similar encampment on the other side. This is the last known location of Hilda. I mean, we know that our quarry has gone to the Dark Woods, so I'm wondering just how doggedly we should continue to pursue 2 cleavers. Because, I mean, it feels stupid to not do that, right? Like, to just, like, wander off on some other path now. And we've been sort of pushing this one. So we'll pop C out into the Wildlands anyway. I love how we're just using this part of the map. Like, you will play in the northeast. Don't go south of Dranveld. Right. Yep, so that's that. This tripod is beginning to annoy me. Be good, tripod. What I need to do actually is put little weights on it or something. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if I go over there, I'm gonna have to fight the forest trolls. They're not very nice. And our target's over here, so it's got to be Misty Woods, right? Shout and chat. Misty Woods, right? It's got to be. Thank you, Difter, for the kind words. By the way, I do appreciate it. I don't know what happened with that old guy. I started off doing generic old guy, and when he started talking about his kids, it morphed into, like some kind of ancient, decrepit version of Dr. Evil. Alright, well, if none of you have any strong feelings about it, we're going after the mist. I take your silence. Yep. Thank you. Goodberg. Concurs. So, let us head to the Dark Woods then. But first, before we do that, we must check our world map now. Because we're going to go over here. And now we have to trigger this card, which says, if there's a point of interest in the Wildlands, add a generic token to here. So we're going to grab our generic token, pop it out here, bam. And then we reset the tracker to travel, and we're going to travel to the Dark Woods, where we'll fight more Draugr. Engage! Additional Draugr combat. I mean, we only lost 5 of our 9 hit points in the last fight, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So I can't trigger the Vintner Weaver spells because I don't have any Chronicle points, which is a bummer, but never mind. But here's Vintner Blast 2, which just does more damage. We've got Mud Wall again, and True Sight. So getting these 3 out would be nice, actually. If we can. Yo, 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 how is the game so far? Is it good? Reviews are not great. Do you know what, Mumpass? I'm going to reserve judgment just yet, because I'm still kind of getting into it. We're halfway through Chapter 2. I'm enjoying it, but I'm beginning to suspect it might have the age-old problem of these kinds of games where I'm really quite into the story, and I'm not sure if the combat quite has grabbed me enough yet. There's all these villages around the board where you can go and sort of heal up and augment your bag. And I don't know, maybe I should be doing this. It just hasn't really felt like it would be particularly beneficial, and it would take quite a lot of time away from my endeavors. But we'll see. For what it's worth, though, I'm into the story. I'm enjoying that. So it looks like the game's too light in terms of everything. Well, I don't believe too light is a thing. You know, if you want a more complex adventure game, there are many out there. But I think what it is, maybe, is that it's not... Because a simple loop can be very exciting. But it's got to be a nice marriage of progress and simplicity. You know, if we're going to spend a lot of time on something, it needs to be inherently interesting. And yeah, I'm thinking of the mechanisms here as well, Mumpass. I think the problem is not its simplicity, but I think perhaps that it's a bit laborious. But let's also, I just keep dying. I can't figure out how to heal myself. And I saw some people complain about this on BGG, and then the response from the community was largely, you're bad at the game. So I don't know, maybe I'm just bad at it, but we'll find out. But yeah, for what it's worth, I'm not yet regretting my time with it. I am enjoying it. I also think that the Legends system could be really cool. They haven't made much of it yet. But I'd like to see it branching. I hope that it branches a lot in the campaign. I hope there's a lot of branching to the different elements. We'll find out. So we've got a fire and 2 water here. So we can trigger off Vintner Blast. I guess we might as well just do it like that. And, of course, we push our luck. 3 more. Oh, 2 demon heads and a thing. Oh, no, that's kind of a bummer, because I would really like to do True Sight, because that's worth, like, 3 Chronicle points. We can still exhaust. We're not yet exhausted. Mumpet says, more solo, or do you see the potential of co-op? I'll tell you what, Mumpet, let me finish this round of combat, and then I'll answer that. Ooh, yes! Brilliant. That was a great pull. So this one goes down here, and then that goes and triggers True Sight. So I'm happy with that. I'll stop here. I have no instant stuff to access, so we go straight to the Mist track, we gain 1 Chronicle point, and then we will go into the enemy's attacks. So here comes their first card. +0, so this is just going to be 3 damage straight up. I might as well block 2 of it, which means 1 more damage incoming. Again, I don't really see, because Volgir can just soak damage, I can just pass it off to him. Anything unblocked, I can just pass over to him. but he's going to start losing his tokens, and these tokens the tokens here can be spent for two purposes. So when he takes damage, the token goes from here straight back into the supply. So whether it comes off of a weapon, off of an ability, or off of his card, it goes back to the supply. But the tokens on his card can also be returned to the supply to add successes and tests. So it's mostly efficient to trigger the abilities, get the tokens over here, and then lose these for health or lose them for tests. So with that in mind, I don't know if I don't really see any point not to just go down to 1 health before I start spilling damage onto him. I've talked myself into it. Mechanically, I don't see any reason not to just put the damage on myself for now, and only start spilling damage onto him when I would die. I guess maybe because spilling the damage is... maybe because spilling a lot of damage all at once could be really dangerous, I guess. Yeah, okay, do you know what? I've talked myself into it. We'll drop one of his things. Because if he took like 5 damage all at once, suddenly he'd have no abilities left. So let's just start getting rid of Sacrifice anyway, because it's kind of... I'm not a big fan of it. I can't have him sacrificing himself. I don't have enough anyway. So that's attack number 1 resolved. And then we'll do attack number 2. Please be less bad than that other one. Okay, so this is a 0, but it has triggered the rune, which means that I have to exhaust my character or take 2 additional damage. What I can do, though, is exhaust Vulgar, and actually, I forgot to reset him, so we should be up like this, so we shall exhaust him in order to avoid the 2 extra damage, which means we've got 3 coming at us. So I guess we'll use Defense 1 to block 2 damage, and 1 more damage comes in, and I guess I'll take that on my character. So that's the end of that. And now we get to attack back, so we'll activate Vintner Blast 2, which does 5 damage, and if I've triggered a skill, I gain a Chronicle Point, which I have. So that's 5 damage to one of the Draugr, killing it. And then I can activate True Sight as well for 2 more Chronicle Points. So grand total of 3 Chronicle Points gained there. And 1 Draugr is murdered. No! I hate the living for reasons unexplained. So all of the runes go back into the bag. For the next round of combat. We could use the Vintner Weaver's spells, which might be worth it. Except I've used parry and defense now. I have to use Crush 2 next. The way this works is that he has to use the ability with the most tokens left, and because this has still got 2 on it, and these have all got 1, he now has to use Crush 2 next, which is a massive amount of damage. I'm going to waste all of my attacks on, like, these world minions. I really feel like there's a lot of minions out in the world. And I don't know, maybe it's just my perception, but I feel like the minions on the board should be fairly easy to deal with, and the minions I encounter in the story should be the tough ones. But actually, maybe that's a misconception in this game. So what we're going to do now is we're very quickly going to advance to the Explore section. I can't explore, there's still an enemy. We get to the World section, we'll put out 1 more of those little general tokens to indicate that there's an ever-growing Garm crisis. I need to kill this thing now, because a Garm is going to show up in a minute, and they're pretty nasty. They cause bleeding, which gives you debuffs, and they've also got 5 health. But they do less damage than the buffed Draugr. So we're back to travel. I'm not going to travel, so we're back to engage. We'll do another round of combat very quickly. We'll address Mumpass's comments, which was, yeah, I think this would be better co-op. I think 2-player this would be spot on. because you have someone to talk to, someone to share stuff with. Also, your characters move around the world independently, which is quite cool. So you can both be pursuing different plot lines, which is really appealing. I think as a two-header, this would work really, really well. You also can gather together for story moments and things like that, which is nice. As a true solo, I'm effectively sort of buffing one character with this. And I do think, as Gundberg has said here, it's probably quite rough at the start, because I think later on it might get not easier. It might, because I get more items and titles and things, and I apply them all to one person, so that person becomes mega powerful. Whereas I don't have to share them with a group. But for now, yeah, it's quite tricky. Do you like it with the companion? Well, it's not a companion. The companions are the ones we find out in the world. To be pedantic about the game's terminology, this is called the hired help. And yeah, I do think I prefer the hired help to trying to two-hand it, because I think trying to split up over the world and explore the different plot lines would get really confusing. It might be fine if I was playing by myself, but here on the live stream, I think it'd be a bit overwhelming. And also, it might sort of distract us as we're constantly jumping back and forth between different stories, and I'm managing them all. So I do like this for this. If I was playing by myself, I might be tempted to two-hand it, but I don't know. Do you feel that the random luck is the same if it was dice, or do you prefer the token system? I actually like bag systems in general. I like token pulling. Oh, I have to reshuffle my combat deck. So that's not so much of an issue for me. I like this well enough. I mean, you know, Oathsworn has both a dice system and a card system for people that just hate how random dice are. You know, obviously the big difference between the two systems being that dice are completely random every roll, whereas a card deck will become consistent as you pull cards. You have to try to card count. If you pull all the good ones at the start, maybe stop. And actually, with Oathsworn, you can jump between the two systems. So if you pull all your good cards at the start, then you're incentivized to go and start rolling dice, because you know that the next parts of the deck are bad. In this, the bag, I like the bag system. I'd like to see more ways to manipulate it. Right now, the only ways to manipulate it are in these cities on the board, and it's felt like stopping off in the cities has not been particularly. I've not been particularly incentivized to do that yet. So we'll have to see. Goodberg says, me and my son did the first Saga with both of us doing it two-handed and had a great time, but yeah, for the stream, hired help makes much more sense. Yeah, like, I think I'd definitely be up for, like, running sort of little parties and stuff like that if I was just playing on my own. The other thing is, like, it's time. Like, it'd add hours to the stream and all of that. So, the other thing is, this keeps more hidden. So, if I do come back to replay it, which I might do, because obviously the Waves 2 stuff isn't here yet, and that's pretty much everything, including all the stretch goals. Everything that's not the core box alone. And as far as I know, in all of the content they've made, there's still only one campaign, and the stretch goals are just tons of side quests. So that might be not true. I don't know. That's just what I've read. So if that's the case, I would quite like to replay it when that stuff shows up. To check it all out. Of course, let's see if we finish it first. In any case, one more round of combat. Here we go. We've got True Sight, we've got Mudwall, we've got Ghost Voices, and we've got Vintner Blast 1. We could activate the Spellweaver's Vintner Weaver's spells, but we haven't done any damage to this Draugr, so there would not really be any point. Also, I should have activated it before I pulled the cards, so never mind. So here we go. There's a demon head. We've got water and fire for this. Let's keep going to see if we can rack up more Chronicle points. It feels bad that you don't start with any Chronicle points. Oh yeah, we also actually kind of want to trigger Mudwall. I forgot that he's going to do an attack. And I actually don't have any defense lined up for that. Oh, that's not making me happy. Oh, if I pull 2 runes I can't place here. Which would be pretty bad luck, actually. Because I've got... Oh no, I don't have a spot for a fire rune. Yeah, that... Kinda wish I had the Black Crystal Shard now. Who took that off the deck? I will exhaust. Hatley. Put all 3 of these back in the bag. Boy, I sure wish we'd have a chance to go and rest before taking on the point of interest, but we don't. Mumpes says my luck with dice is really bad. Mumpes, I'm not going to be distracted by other games anymore. We can have a little chit-chat at the end of the stream. Right, this was bad. I just exhausted myself and I got 2 of those right back. Oh, God. Here we go. 3 more turns. Oh, my God. This is awful. I think I have to stop here, even though I haven't even managed to trigger Mudwall. I didn't pull a single agility. We might just have to spill the damage onto Vulgar. God, what a bummer. But if I pull 1 more miss, then I'm going to trigger this. We're going to have to stop immediately anyway, and it's -2 more health, so I don't think it's worth risking it. Talking about bad luck, yeah. I was doing alright till... Actually, I wasn't. I was about to say I was doing alright till you showed up, but I'd already lost like half my health. Like, I've lost 2/3 of my health already. Good God. Okay, so... the Draugr attacks. Well, actually, we resolved this. Because I've made it into the gray zone, nothing happens. So, the Draugr attacks. And it's +1 damage. So, a total of 4 damage coming in. There's actually, like, nothing I can do about that. So, what I'll do is I'll take 1 damage myself and spill 3 onto Vulgar. This is... we're almost dead. We haven't even got to, like, the second point of interest yet. That's kind of nuts. Like... He's almost out of help. I can't use these defensive abilities because I need to use Crush 2. Anyway. I'm not going to use Crush 2 because I don't need it. I've got Vintner Blast. But yeah, we've got lots of Chronicle points. If only there was some sensible way we could spend them to go and heal. So we'll activate True Sight, which gains us 2 Chronicle points, so up to 5. We'll activate Vintner Blast, which deals 4 damage, killing the Draugr, and gains us 1 more Chronicle as well, because we've got a skill. And that's that. He is dead. Ah, no! And we have successfully liberated the Darkwoods, which gets us 1 experience point. And we read part B. I don't know why I'm moving that. Right. So, story point B, here it is. What is in the Darkwoods? You have traveled to the heart of the Darkwoods in search of Harn. A strange mist lingers in the thickening woods before you, darker than shadow. An old ruin, almost engulfed from vegetation, stands to the right. You are deciding whether to brave the dark mist or investigate the ruin when you hear soft music and muffled laughter coming from a distant clearing to your left. Discard point B and choose. Go into the mist, check the music in the clearing, or explore the ruins. A strange mist lingers in the thickening woods before you, darker than shadow. An old ruin, almost engulfed in vegetation, stands to the right. Why would we go to the old ruin? It sounds like it sounds derelict. Engulfed in vegetation. There's not going to be anything interesting there. But I am tempted to check out the music in case there's an opportunity to rest and heal with a band of allies. I think oh, we're just having a quick chat about the story here. So let me know, guys. I think we should go check the music in the clearing first, and then maybe head into the mist after if we have a choice. Yeah, I think the writing's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely generic fantasy with a Nordic twist, which personally I really like. I like fantasy. I'm not too fussed if it's very generic. So far, it's very generic. A big monster came and stole a powerful MacGuffin, and now we're just chasing them across a world map. Like, it doesn't get more generic than that, but I'm enjoying it for what it's worth. There have been a few typos, but nothing particularly bad. Sleeve cards can enter in the map sleeve. Yeah, so the legacy system is that there's locations and things on the map that change over time based on our decision making, and also this section over here does rules. So this is actually the round. We've actually got a new phase now, this chapter that came out, and also cards up here that augment the way the game is played. So I think, yes, let's go into the music and see what's going on. Hopefully nothing bad. Ideally something nice and helpful, please. The music's origin is readily apparent. The glade is populated by a group of merry fairies, little winged fae that resemble tiny women. They dwell in trees throughout the forest. They swoop and circle and cheer around you until one stops them. A song! Demands the little one with an impish smile. Sing a song for me, for Beechleaf! The other fairies applaud the request, but you know that singing for fairies can be dangerous. Choose. Run away. Return to the previous option and ignore the music option from now on. Or, a single hero in the party may perform a Charisma 3 test to sing a song. If you're a bard, succeed automatically. I'm unlikely to succeed at Charisma 3. We could burn through Volgir's stuff to automatically succeed. We'd lose our last instance of parry and an instance of crush. At quite a high price as well, because they're not over here. If we'd already spent them, I think the price is too high. I think we have to skip this. It's just a shame because I reckon if we pull the song off, they might give us a nice gift, which could be handy because, honestly, I can use all the help I can get at this stage. Mumpass wants to know if the legacy system is compatible with card sleeving. Yes, I think it would be. You'd have to get some pretty tight card sleeves. But yeah, it'd probably be okay. Although I usually sleeve my games. I haven't sleeved this one because it feels like it'd be too annoying with this system. Yeah, I think if you got really thick premium sleeves and they weren't a tight fit, you might be in trouble. But all the cards are that awkward square shape. Anyway, back to the adventure! I mean, at best, I'm still gonna, even if I get maximum, if I don't get one success, then I'll fail outright. No, I don't think I'm good enough at this. We'll just go back. We can't, I can't afford to fail. It's such a shame. Okay. So then we head into the mist, I think. Do we explore the ruins? There could be like ancient treasure there or some shit. You know? Alright, let's explore the ruins. I feel like once we go into the mist, we're probably going to get lost in there. There's not going to be any coming back. You cautiously explore the ruins. In the past, it was a tower. If the faded rune carved into the stonework is accurate, this is the Tower of Jarnriti, built by a long-dead lord of the southern lands to guard the north. Suddenly, a menacing form emerges from an archway. He is armed as a knight of the Iron Hand, a warrior caste of the southern lands, and wields an old shield with a red bull as a coat of arms. His eyes are empty, and his skin is grey. The knight notices you. I have returned from my exile, but what has happened to my house? Where is my wife? The undead knight howls and charges at you. If a hero in the party has the Amulet of the Bull item, read the next entry. Blah blah. Otherwise, place a Draugr in your region and reveal point of interest G. Great. So I've actually just got into another fight with another Draugr. I don't have the Amulet of the Bull, unfortunately. I don't know where I might have got that, but... Where is my wife? Alright, with that in mind... Oh no, I forgot about the world events. God damn it, this is the third token. If there are 3 tokens on this card, place Garms out. Damn it! Now we're gonna have another fight in our hands. Bah! I'm Ogarm! Oh, you guys can't see any of this, I'm sorry. I'm gonna die again. This is really hard. Well, hopefully we'll get something for exploring this. I had actually been considering... This is the other thing, right? I had actually been considering... So we're back to travel. I had been considering going back to Dranvelt to visit the town. Because I can refresh for 2 Chronicle points and gain a... rune. But... now I'd lose 2 health just leaving this zone. I only have... 2 hit points left. Oh, all of these are still out. So, that's not viable. So, now I can't leave anyway, because I'm in this area with enemies and a point of interest. So I guess we're just going to go straight on to engage and keep fighting. Alright, so we've got 1 Draugr and 1 Garm this time. The Garm has 5 health, so hopefully we'll get Vintner Blast 2 and just one-shot it. And it deals bad wounds. He says, is it me or is the miniature quality not that great? It's not bad. I think they're alright. They're pretty standard CMON minis. I mean, I was looking at the Great Wall recently, the Awakened Realms one. And yeah, those minis are very good. Right. Oh. No, there's no point in using Vintner Weaver spells other than to use it. So actually, do you know what? Let's spend 2 Chronicle points to use Vintner Weaver spells. And the only reason I'm using it is to cycle back the Warrior's weapons for next time. And as a result, we've done 1 damage to each of the enemies. Well, we do 1 damage twice, so we can pick targets both times. But I don't think there's any reason not to just... pick both. Alright, here we go. Come on. Let's get that mud wall going as well, because... I need to upgrade Mud Wall, actually. Well, we've pulled exactly what we need for Mud Wall, so let's just go ahead and do that properly. Although, we also need Vintner Blast too, so let's pop that I don't even have any exhausts left. I'm really... I need to go to a town. Alright. Yeah, that goes in there. This... I guess this has to go down there. Come on. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Okay. Oh, I don't think we're going to get to do Dark Tendrils. Which is a shame, because we could have killed them both if we had Dark Tendrils, but never mind. The Vintner Focus doesn't really help us at all. Alright, now we're just going to take a whole bunch of damage. So I guess we'll start with the Garm. I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to this. I think we can choose. So the Garm will attack first with +0 and a Swirly Rune. So there's nothing I can do about that. I just take a bleed debuff, which is -1 heart. So now we really better not miss. And he does 2 damage. So I mean, we might as well block that with the Mud Wall. It's a real shame we can't use Defense 1 over on Vulgar, but he's not allowed to use it yet. He's too angry. He needs to do his big attack. So, Mud Wall is done. So now it's the Draugr, and I could really use like a -3 or something here. That'd be great. A -1, but he gets +2 damage from the rune. So it's actually a +1, so he's doing 4 damage. Which I can't do anything about, which basically just wipes me out. Like, oh my god. I've got 2 left, so I can take 1, and now I'm going to have to spill 3 onto Vulgar. So you might as well go 1, 2, 3. Yep. And then I can trigger Vintner Blast, which kills 1, and also Crush 2, which kills the other. And I also get 1 Chronicle Point, and that's it. Yikes. Okay, so we're down to effectively 1 hit point left, and that's basically it. We do get 1 more experience point. Oh, that's 3 experience points. Do we not get health back when we level up? I feel like you should get health back when you level up. Heroes level up by collecting 3, discard 3, draw the upgrade cards. Nope. But let us upgrade our power, because we need all the help we can get. Okay. So, we're going to head into the level up deck over here. 1, 2, 3 cards. Yeah. Collect the top 3. And then... Wait, choose 1 feat to upgrade. Yeah, draw the top 3 cards. Choose 1 to upgrade. So we've got Vintner Blast 2 again. This is the one we've already upgraded, so it's just a bigger hit. Which is okay. I don't know if I want another big hit like that. What I want is some defense. So we've got Dark Tendrils 2. Now this might actually be useful. It says deal 2 damage twice. Which is, you know, better than 1 damage twice. And also deals 2 damage as well. So this comboed with my spellbook could effectively put out 2 rounds of 3 damage, which could kill a bunch of forest trolls. It fortunately wouldn't really kill any Draugr. We've also got True Sight 2, which is the one that gives us Chronicle points. This also says place any 1 feat card from your discard pile on top of your feat deck, which is pretty good. But I think I'll take the Dark Tendrils, because that helps me do a bit of spread damage. But I will put the True Sight 2 back on top because I like the sound of that. And then we'll put the Vintner Blast 2 on the bottom. And so Dark Tendrils 1 comes out of the deck, and Dark Tendrils 2 goes into the deck. I'm enjoying this chit-chat. The no healing thing is brutal. You might even say it's killing you. I don't know. Good Berg, did you find a way to heal when you were playing with your son? Did you find a way to do it? Like, let me know if you know how to heal. And I'm just being an idiot, please. I just couldn't find anything anywhere about it. Sarcastic drum roll. Okay. And now, finally, the satisfying moment. Alright, and because we have managed to defeat both monsters, and even in a single round of combat, we get to go straight back to the storybook. Everyone's favorite part of this whole thing. Yep. He says putting the storybook away. So, we're over to explore. Point of interest. Oh, G. Jeez, I didn't even reveal it. Good lord, what is point of interest G? Ah, the Undead. Oh god, he's got a bunch of health. Alright, never mind. Go back. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, what a dumbass. Okay. Hold tight. He's actually not that bad. Given the, he's got a bit more health, but given the, I mean, actually, this is fairly easy to retcon, because I did, I think, like, 6 damage to him. So actually, and instead of triggering the +2 damage, he would have just triggered this. He's actually not even as bad as the normal Draugr. He would have, instead of doing 2 damage, he would have triggered this, which is lose 2 Chronicle points or exhaust. Bear with me just a moment, folks. Nope, we're fine. There's some disturbance on my end, and I just wanted to know if the mic was picking it up, but it seems fine. Okay, so this is fine. Basically, he's got 7 health instead of 4, but he causes me to lose Chronicle points instead of health. So what I'll do is I will put 2 health back onto Volgear, which would be effectively allowing me to keep 2 abilities. I probably want to keep Parry. And I probably want to keep an instance of Crush as well. And instead I'll lose the 2 Chronicle points over here. And then what I'll do is we won't go and interact with the next space, which is what we would do if we defeated him. He should have a certain amount of damage on him. I think it was probably 5 or 6 damage we actually did to him. But it doesn't matter, because so long as we did 4, we can kill him outright with the warrior's weapons. So we'll just start our turn by doing that. So it's not a big deal. But that's why you don't forget to reveal the points of interest. So, with that in mind, we do have to tick around the world again, and we're getting more Garms just coming out. This back to travel, which we can't do because we're technically in an area with a point of interest in an enemy. So then it's back to engage, and we'll just spend 2 Chronicle points, taking us down to 1 Chronicle point in order to trigger the warrior's weapons, which deals 3 damage, and we'll finish the Undead warrior. And y'all don't forget to do your points of interest going forward. So that goes down to explore, and now we can do the next chapter of the story. Oops. I've got like nothing left, by the way. I'm basically all out of stuff. The undead knight crumbles to dust with a final howl of rage. I shall return in time! Then he turns insubstantial, apart from his old sword, which lays abandoned on the ground. If you want, you can take it. I mean, why wouldn't I take it? It's not like we have an inventory size. Unless, of course, it's like haunted and it means he's going to show up again later. If you have this sword, then the bad man shows up, comes back. Yep, that's great. I'm glad I have that. Where does this go? Does it go on top of the item deck or on the bottom? Actually, yeah, this is definitely not cursed. Yeah, now he's not undead. He's just plain dead. I need to get something for this diversion. Bear with me here. Items. Gaining items. Goodberg, if you know this, please wait. Help me out. If you don't know, then I'll help you out. Charisma. Yeah, that was the other one. That's the wind one. It's charisma. Index. Please be good. Items 14. When you gain an item, place it face up at the top or the bottom of the deck. Let's put it on top, baby. Very good. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're now back to the route, the entry, here. So we've only got one option now, which is to go into the mist. So I guess we should go into the mist. Head off into the mist then. It actually doesn't say remove point of interest G. It usually does. I mean, the guy is dead, though. Okie dokie. Incidentally, there is also, just for clarity, because I'm sure some of you are probably sitting at home going, you did it wrong, and you're right, I did. When I spawned that, but that's because I missed the point of interest window. But if I'd remembered correctly, when it's a special enemy, you put them on a little tile like this. So you should add a little base like that to show that he was the undead knight. But I didn't realize that, so I didn't do it. Okay, heading into the mist. You venture into the dark mists, feeling a strange sensation of traveling elsewhere. You have the definite impression of not being in Trudvang anymore, but in some other realm. The mist must have been some sort of dim gate, a portal to another world. Regardless of where you really are, now you find yourself in a wintry version of the Forest of the Dark Woods, even more menacing than the real place. If you can believe it, even more menacing than the real place, if you can believe it. You advance cautiously in the snow until something draws your attention. A big bush full of berries, red and ripe despite the season. Each hero can individually choose to eat the fruits. Well, that's just me. I'm the only hero, so do I eat the fruit or not? Well, you all, it's been a hot minute since we had a poll, so y'all want a poll? Because I want to outsource this terrible decision. For what it's worth, I would ignore the berries. That seems like a bad choice, but I'm sure you'll all be... I'm sure you'll all be making good decisions, and nothing will go wrong. It is wasteful to leave swords lying around. We've caused the cursed sword. Yeah, it's only because it's so suspiciously said in the text, you can just leave it lying there if you want. You know, it's like, yeah, okay. So, I don't have to take the sword. Yeah, I mean, eat the berries is oh. All right, it looks like 4 of you are maniacs and 2 of you have some sense. But seeing as how that's almost everyone watching, I think we'll end the poll there. Which means that Eat the Berries has won by a vote of 4-2, I think. Gundberg says, since I ate the fruits in 7th Continent, I'm all for not doing it. 7th Continent, good lord. Yeah. Alright, well, we're eating the berries now. The fruits are supernaturally sweet, and you feel renewed and powerful. What's the catch? Each hero who ate the fruits gains 1 token, which they place on their hero card. This is the catch. You don't know what the catch is yet. You just know that there is a catch. You gain 3 health, and a rune of any color into your bag. Well, that's helpful. I was on the cusp of death, so... we should take... I think we should take a plant rune, because those trigger all my defensive things, and I feel the need to be defensive. Although wind is probably my second most common rune. See, always listen to chat. Yeah, Difter, let's see what you're saying when we find out what the repercussions of this is. Alright, let's take the plant rune. Just to see if it can live a little longer. Good. After filling your bellies, you continue to explore. You continue your journey into the cold forest, the realm unnaturally silent. Through rare breaks in the canopy, you can see the sky is different, the constellations foreign. In the end, you find him, a man wearing skins and the leathers of the wild folk hunter, hanging from a tree, entrapped by thick wooden vines. This must be Harn. At a prod, he moans feebly. He's still alive. You start cutting the vines away to free him, but a low wail interrupts you. A group of dead warriors emerge from the dark and snow. "Leave him," they howl, "or you'll join him on the Tree of Suffering." If a hero in the party has the Tower Lord's sword item, move to this chapter. The Draugrs, seeing the sword you wield, howl, "What have you done to our lord? Die, betrayers, die!" They attack with increased ferocity. Each hero in the party loses 2 health. In the end, you manage to free Harn from the tree. Okay, so I just lose 2 health? Like, honestly, that's better than fighting them. You free Harn and escape, running away from the mists. The man is wounded and in bad shape, but he keeps up with little help. The party gains quest token 3 to represent Harn. What the hell is oh, it's this. Behold, the mighty warrior, Harn! I gotta have a better option for this. We can either use one of the other tokens from this game, or y'all can give me 2. Aha! Perfect! Yes, my stand-in token for every time we need something to be representative of something. Where's the blue? Oh, it's there. Behold, mighty warrior Harn, finest in the village. Where was I? Oh no, I forgot what chapter I was on. Damn it. There we go. If any of the heroes have a token on their hero card, read entry next. The dark mists are here, but resist your passage. It's as if the mists are a living thing, grasping at your clothes, flesh, and souls. You manage the passage, but at the cost of losing part of your spirit in the process. If each hero that ate the fruit must perform a test, a dim walker succeeds automatically. So the test is 3 intelligence. So fingers crossed, I'm quite good at this. I do also have 1 intelligence. Oh, I do also have 1 intelligence token here on Volgear, so I'm feeling fairly confident about this. Goodberg says, why can't it ever be the tree of slight discomfort? I agree. Alright, here we go. So we get 7. We got 3. There's 6. 7. That's lucky, because if I failed this, I'd be extremely upset. I've got 2, and then we'll spend the 1 from Volgear for an additional to pass. I don't know what would have happened if I failed, but I don't want to know. You managed to escape intact. Now you must return to Hearn's father in the eastern Darkwoods. Point of interest A. Very good. But also, what about the guy? Aren't we supposed to be chasing the guy? Come on, Harn, let's get out of here. Also, why didn't I ever get told to take away point of interest G? Anyway, it's fine. A is right next door. There's a Garm guarding it now, though. But with that in mind, let's get a move on, because the world token says, put out another one of these here. And that's oh god. I really should have gone to Wildland and tried to, like, sort of, sort that problem out. Because it's kind of become a big pain in my ass. Right. So we travel. We're into the travel step. Come on, Harn. Alright. We've arrived back at the village. So now we must engage the Garm. I'm not too worried about this. Fingers crossed. So I can spend my final point of... what I'm going to do actually is spend my final Chronicle point to activate the 2 block on the Tower Lord's sword. So I have 2 block automatically, so I don't even have to worry about his damage unless he draws a big bonus. So really we just need to get off Vintner Blast too, and we'll be okay. More or less. Which is great because I actually don't have a block. Although I've got 2 blocks still on ball gear, so... Anyway, here we go. Oh, that's too many. That's a good pull. Damn it. Back to the bag. Oh, this is a much less good pull. Oh, God. Oh, God. Can I... Maybe I should put one of these over here and activate ghost voices. I'm not a massive fan of ghost voices, but it could help. Yikes, that's actually killed me. God damn it. Here I was, so confident. So I miss, which causes me to take 3 damage. So I'm dead. So, I will remind myself what happens when I die. Oh. That's the lesson that fate is teaching me for pulling too many runes from the bag. The combat's cancelled because all the heroes have died. So we go back up to 6 health, and we have to take a weird card from the deck and shuffle it into our feat deck. And we definitely need to try and get rid of this, because otherwise the darkness will escalate, and it's already bad enough. Right. Then, oh, now we're gonna have 2 Garms to deal with because Trouble in Wildland's gonna trigger. God damn it! And that's Vintner Blast. Oh, this is all turning into a bit of a disaster, folks. Oh, why does this always go so wrong? Game is hard. Can I get rid of this now? Am I done with this token? Okay. So, we don't get to explore. We have to go down to World. We're going to trigger Trouble in Wildland again, which spawns 2 more Garms. Ew, God. And then we're back up to Travel. We can't travel, so we're back to Engage. But now we're fighting 2 Garms instead of 1. Oh no. How could this have happened? Save us, Harn. I really thought they'd give us like a Harn card and he'd be able to do something useful. But they didn't. So, that's too bad. Alright. So, 2 Garms now, and I don't have any items to use. Also, I used this item, so I have to put it on the bottom of the deck. So we're back to the stupid Vintner Weaver spells anyway. Mudwall, there it is. Vintner Focus, a Mudwall again, and Weird. Great, I can't cast any of these, and there's no damage. Brilliant. This is how it all went wrong last time. I'll tell you what, actually, Mumpass, if you're still here, or if you come back and finish it later, more so than the bad pulls from the bag, I've noticed that bad shuffles of the feat deck, where you get a lot of the same symbol, that'll kill you faster than bad pulls. If you get a good set of feat cards, you'll be alright. Of course, this isn't exactly helpful. I should have gone back to Dranvelt, actually, and healed. I didn't have the Chronicle points for it. Never mind. Oh, God. If I just go for Weird, I'm going to take 2 attacks from Garms. But I feel like I need to get this out of the deck or the game's just going to escalate. But look at that. I'm almost about to miss again. I don't think... Can I really afford to pull again? I can do one more. It's going to be faster. Oh, that's alright. Okay. Let's stop there. Now we're just going to take a battering. First Garm attack. +1. So this is 3 damage. So we block 2 and take 1 damage. I might as well take it on my hit points. There's no reason not to. Second attack. Miss. Reshuffle the enemy attack deck. Well, that's sweet mercies. I have not had that before in this game. I guess the game really heard me earlier when I said if I get that +3 again, I'm gonna scream. It was like, don't do that. You'll ruin your voice. Or maybe it was just the laws of averages going, oh, better average out. Alright, so, oh, one of these. Yep. It's because you can't see it, Difter. You only see it when I come in here. Okay, she says game over because she's the destroyer of games. She cares not for what you're doing or in the middle of. Those pieces need to go on the floor. Alright. So, back to this nonsense here. And all I've got to activate here is Weird. Gets me 3 Chronicle points, which is useful. And then it goes into the out of the game, which is also really important. I just need to not die again. But we've also got Volgear. Well, actually, to be fair, Weird doesn't go out of my deck yet. But I have to kill something. But Volgear will activate Crush 2, 5 damage, which kills one of the Garms. So that's how I can take care of Weird. So 1 Garm down, 1 to go. And we reset this. And back to here for a hot minute. There's no exploration, so we're back to world. Business. Then back to traveling, none of that, so back to engage. And we've got 1 feat, which we don't... Are we going to use the Vintner Weaver spells? I really don't feel any need to. Other than to cycle back to useful items. So yeah, we'll use the Vintner Weaver spells. So the Garm takes 2 damage. Bam! Bam! Yeah, it doesn't have any armor. I thought for a minute there. Oh, did the Undead Knight didn't have any armor either. I've been not used to checking for that. Alright, here we go. So there's the Dark Tendrils. We're going to reset this. Awesome shirt. Thanks, Haggers. You can always find this shirt on Isle of Cat. Just like the board game, but singular. Isle of Cat dot com. Not a shill. I wasn't sponsored. They don't pay me. But it is run by my partner. And she did give me the shirt, hoping I'd wear it on stream. So, there you go. Full disclosure. Completely transparent here on Ready Steady Play. This is a decent pull, although I've got both mud walls again, which means I've got no more defense cards for the rest of forever. But Dark Tendrils 2, oh that's fine actually, that would kill the Garm because we used the Vintner Weaver's spells. So let's see if we can get that off. Here we go, 3 runes. Oh my god, I'm so good at pulling demon faces. Oh, do you know what? I haven't even reset my bag. All of my tokens are sitting here. Right, let's try that again. Oh. Right. Basically the same. Oh, God. Oh, what is this shit? Oh my god. What is this? What is this? This is Land of the God-awful pulls. Alright, surely the next 3 will be okay. I need to do Dark Tendrils too. Oh, please tell me that's okay. Yes, good, perfect. The odds were in my favor. Good lord. So we stop there. We have no instances. We activate the mistrack. It's negligible because it's in the gray zone. So then the beast attacks for 2 damage with a modifier card, which is +0 and the rune. So we take another bleed. That moves along. Great. Now we're on super bleed. 2 damage blocked with mud wall, so that's fine. And then Dark Tendrils hits it for 2 damage twice, which kills it. And we get 1 more experience point. Huzzah! Ah! The death rattle of the mighty Garm. Ah! Fun fact, if you have the second Kickstarter of Bloodborne, the first Kickstarter featured Fenris, the famous wolf that eats the world. The second Kickstarter couldn't use Fenris because of Kickstarter exclusive reasons. They didn't want to reprint something that was Kickstarter exclusive, but they still wanted to include the same mechanisms, so they replaced Fenris with Garm in the second Blood Rage Kickstarter. So if you have that, you'll have Garm instead. Fun fact. Alright, yep. You're absolutely on... Right, Goodberg. Let's get this chicken home. Here we go. Point of interest A. Which is actually story chapter, this one. Harn sits down, and after taking a bit of food and resting time, he speaks. I was alone in the deep forest, tracking a deer, when I heard sounds approaching. I went up a tree and watched a party of elven hunters passing under me. They were wounded and watching their backs, as if being pursued by someone or something. They stopped near my tree, and I heard them speaking. I understood the words helmed ogre and spiders. But then I heard the rush of wings from on high, and a war host of arc warriors riding thorn beasts dove through the canopy. The battle was savage. I didn't want to be involved, and I crept away. I can lead you to the battlefield if you want, but I don't think any elves survived. So I have an option now of trying to save Hilda, or ending the adventure here. Now, on the one hand, I was kind of hoping to wrap up the stream soon. On the other hand, I kind of think we should go to Wildlands and sort out Hilda, because I'm a little worried about all the Garms pouring out of there. But we have unlocked Adventure Card 4, Lord of the Arcs. I don't know if that's a side quest or not. Let's have a look. Harn informed you that he saw a party of elves in the woods, speaking about a helmed ogre and spiders. Harn watched as the elves were attacked by a war host of arc warriors and took the chance to run off before he was discovered. The battlefield is likely worth investigating for tracks left by your mentor's assassin. So, we are on course. Do that. Right. So... how do I only have 1 chronicle point? This sucks. I also don't much fancy our chances of, you know, massive amounts of fighting and stuff. But also, I do think we should probably go see Hilda. So let's crack on with it, because otherwise I'm going to run out of time. So, world token. One more of these. Right, we need to go get rid of that point of interest token. So back up to travel. And let's head over to Wildland, where we need to kill these guys in, like, record time. I don't think, actually, I can do that, because I can't use the Vintner Weaver's spells. I don't have enough Chronicle points. And Volgir has no attacks left. Well, he's got parry. And these things only have 3 health. The Forest. But it's been talking about enemies coming out of the Wildlands for a long time. And I feel like if we were supposed to go and help the king, we didn't do that. Now I guess Hilda's helping the king instead. So we probably need to show up and actually, you know, help out. So let's get these forest trolls dealt with. Fingers crossed. This isn't terrible. I mean, I knew that was coming. 0 blocks. Because I had all my blocks in the last pull. Hilda is actually my sister's name. Please go save her. Right, we're on it. We're on it. Here we go. It doesn't matter which Vintner Blast to activate, but we might as well. This. Alright, come on. More Vintner Blasts, please. What can I do with these? I guess that has to go there. I need to find that last strength token. What are the odds I'm going to be able to find it? I should have taken another strength token. I don't know why I took an extra plant. Great, yeah, the extra plant's going to kill me. Oh, I don't need an extra strength because of that. Okay, that's fine. We don't need True Sight. And as much as I'd like it, I don't want to risk another pull, because I'm pretty sure that's going to... If I tip over into the red, that's 4 health, and I can't afford it. So, that's fine then. So, we do the mist track, we get 1 Chronicle point, which is nice, and then we're going to do enemy's attack. So, here we go. First Forest Troll is -1, and also an irrelevant rune. So they're actually only doing 1 damage. So this is a perfect opportunity to use Volgir's parry, because he blocks the 1 damage, and then he deals 2 damage to the attacker, killing it. We like these guys. They're squishy. Ah, no, I just wanted biscuits. Can't have our biscuits, Forest Troll. Those are intended for the children. And then their next attack. A miss! Well, this deck has certainly changed its mind about me. Over the last, since the last game, that's for sure. Did Simon patch it? Did they patch the attack deck while I was in between games? Am I wrong? Don't you end the turn with the items? No, items are used at the start of the combat round. The very first thing in the combat step is choose to activate items and companions with instant effects in... Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, I misread it. Thank you, Goodberg. Yeah, so actually, you start the round by activating items with instant effects, and then end the round by using the active item. That's actually enormously helpful. I've probably been making it harder for myself. You are correct, sir. Have we been playing wrong? Only a little bit, Difter. We've been using items at the top of combat instead of at the end of combat, and the distinction is you can use them at the top of combat if they have the instant characteristic, which none of mine... Actually, the only one I have that has that is the Black Crystal Shard, which it's not in our deck at the moment. So, yeah, we could effectively use the Vintner Weaver's spells now at the end of the round. And actually, that's more useful, because I'm more likely to have gained some Chronicle points by then. So I've just been playing a little bit extra hard mode. Why not? Alright. That's enough shuffling of the enemy attack deck. Hopefully I've shuffled all the nice misses to the top. And... And yeah, exactly, Drifter. I'm just trying to raise drama, raise the stakes, you know, create a sense of intensity. Right. So, we've resolved the Forest Troll's attack, so then, you know, I will blow them up with Vintner Blast too. He's dead. We gain an experience point, and that's the end of that. Finally, I'll go back home to see my dead kin. Right, so now we're into Explore, which is point of interest C. Camp of the Black Deers. A war encampment on the left side of a creek facing a similar encampment on the other side. This is the last known location of Hilda. You reach the Black Deer's war camp, finding it at the edge of a swiftly moving river. The warriors tell you that they fought a hard battle with the Silver Trouts, the River Clan, which are now camped on the other side of the river somewhat downstream. Neither could gain the upper hand, and a fragile truce is in effect for now. The two clans decided to solve the matter with a duel of champions, a single fight between Hilda and Hrothgar, the Silver Trout's champion. The problem is that Hilda took ill with a strange fever after being wounded by an arrow in the knee. She cannot fight until cured. As if that were not enough, there are rumors that Hrothgar, the champion of the Silver Trouts, is invulnerable. If true, then he cannot be injured by mortal means. So, we've got the options to check Hilda's wound, sneak into the camp of the Silver Trouts to discover more about their champion's invulnerability, or if there's a warrior in the party, we can read the next section. We do have a warrior, so presumably Volgir would step up and just offer to do the battle anyway, I guess. I don't really know. Well, actually, it doesn't say optional. Oh, it says choose, yeah. So we can check Hilda's wound, or sneak into the camp, or if there's a warrior, read that section. I mean, we might as well read the section unlocked by Volgir, right? I could be ashamed to miss it. Should you so desire, you can take Hilda's role as champion of the Black Deers and fight on her behalf. So we can, it's given us a chance to turn back and change our minds, or fight in her place. I mean, that seems kind of dumb though, right? Like, if he's invulnerable, doesn't it seem kind of dumb to just go and fight him without doing any preparatory work? You know? Hey, Brian. Good to see you, man. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking... Maybe we should try and heal Hilda's wound, because then she can do the fight herself, and surely that would make her happy. Let's do that. Let's check her wound and see what comes of that. You enter Hilda's tent and check the woman's condition. She has a high fever. And the wound stinks. The edges are black. You've seen this before. The weapon was poisoned. Poor girl, a grizzled warrior at her side says, shaking his head. I think we'll lose her. Only the egg of a talking bird of Argy could save her. What are you talking about? You ask. There is a legend of a bird in Argy whose egg can cure any illness. I don't know much apart from that, but it makes nests near the top of the tallest trees. It's probably only a legend. If the situation is so bad, even a legend is worth investigating to save Hilda's life. Right, Argy's a pain in the ass. Cool. Damn it! I knocked over my token tray. Legend says that the egg of a mythical bird can cure Hilda if found. Oh, we have so far to go to get back there. It's so far away. This is not what I expected. A trek across the map to the ancient forest. Still, we must press on. So, in case you're curious, we're over there in Wildland, and RG is over here where these guys are. So this is now our journey. We have to go across, either back to the east, and the whole time Garms are going to be spawning. Yikes. But I guess we have no choice. Right, I've dropped all of my letters. That would be. Well, this wouldn't happen if I streamed video game. It would just appear on the map. Bam. Okay. Right, and that's the end of that. So now we're back to World Token, and more Garms are gonna spawn. The Darkwoods is filling up with Garms. We shan't be going back there. But there's no one in the Eastern Woods as well. Okay. And then we get to travel. So, here we go. We'll go to the Ice Peak Mountains, I guess. I mean, actually, it's probably better to stop off in the Eastern Darkwoods and kill the Garm, right? Because it'll be easier to fight one than 2 or 3 at once, I think. So, let's stop off here and fight this Garm on our way. So now we fight the Garm. We should go through the Iron Peak. Yeah, if only we knew the Dwarven language Difter, we could open the secret ways through the mountains, take a shortcut. At least we'll go past the city of Idlebad, and we can actually refresh, which will be nice. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Well, we need Vintner Focus and Vintner Blast if we're going to kill this Garm, because I've only got shitty attacks that I've drawn. Let's go! Blam, blam. This will actually... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, well, we've got all the bad tokens out the bag, so that's fine. I seem to also have 2 experience points, which means after this I'll have a 3rd, which is pretty cool. So I'll level up. Okay. So, what are my options here? We've got to put one of these here. Or we can actually put both of these on Mudwall, so let's do that. Then this has to go on Vintner Blast, or we're not doing any damage. Please don't be totally awful. Uh-oh. Alright, so now I've managed to get Vintner Focus, but I'm so close to missing, and that's 4 damage, and I'll basically be dead. Oh my god, I'm not even doing an attack at the moment. Is there nothing I can do? There's nothing I can do. Alright, let's have a think here. So I've only got one more demon token in the bag. I've got one more plant token which I can place. Basically everything else is placeable. So provided I don't draw that one demon token, or 2 intelligence tokens, there's a good chance of that. Oh god, the odds are bad, but not terrible. Missing here would be devastating. I'd die again. But if I am to die again, then I guess it's better to die now. I wouldn't die, actually. I would take... Yeah, I'd take 4 damage, and then the Garm would not kill me. But I'd be on 1 health. I mean, actually, there's not really any danger in stopping here, because I've blocked all of its damage, unless it draws a crazy good attack card. We could draw a crazy good attack card, and then it would be a bunch of damage anyway. Oh, do you know what? Live dangerously, right? Eddie would do it. Oh, God. Oh, it's bad. Damn it. I should have put one of these. Okay, well, we're forced to stop. So we've not... It's not good, but it's not terrible. It's not good. So we're forced to stop. We check the miss track. We've got the miss here, which means that we take 4 damage. We go down to 1. Now this is where the Garm could kill us. If we can't block this attack, then we can block up to 4 damage. But that would cost us also our last... Wait, have I... Yeah, I haven't actually... Yeah, I've already reset this, so... Fingers crossed this card is just a 0. Or a minus. Oh, baby. Alright, so he does 2 damage, which we block. And he deals out another bleed token. Which actually slots in here, but they're all the same, so hard. Right, and now it's us. And we can deal 6 damage to him here. And we also gain a Chronicle Point, which kills him. And that's that. We survive on 1 health. But the Garm is dead, and we get an experience point, which means we've leveled up again. It's so odd leveling up and not gaining any hit points back. Like, the only way to gain hit points is to just die. It's such a weird system, but that's fine. Okay, so that goes back. This should be here, this should be here. And then we're back over here to the feet deck, so we should have, let's spend these. 1, 2, 3. And then we've got True Sight 2, Vintner Focus 2, or Mudwall 2. This is good. So it's a bit hard. Oh no, it's the same to cast it. You can spend a Chronicle Point, and then you'll gain an extra shield. And also, if you activate an item this round, it costs 1 less to activate, which is pretty good. So it's effectively, you need to have a Chronicle Point to use it, but then you can kind of recuperate that point if you choose to use an item. Vintner Focus 2 is plus 3 damage instead of 2. It also says 2 each of your attacks, so this is just a bigger buff for that. Don't know how I feel about that. And then this is the true skill one. So this says gain 2 Chronicle Points, and also for 1 Chronicle Point, place 1 feat card from your discard pile on top of your feat deck. So I actually really like this one. But I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. I think I kind of want Mudwall too, because I'm kind of tired of dying. So I'll put this one back on top. That one goes on the bottom, unfortunately. Still, though, we're actually leveling up at quite a rate. I'm sure we'll see it again before too long. Are we level 3 now? We're not even done Adventure 2 yet. Okay. Right. So we could interact with Point of Interest A, but we're not going to because we know it's there. We're just going to talk to the... We're just going to go back to the camp, and there's not really anything for us there to reveal, so we'll... Bam, bam! Head out one more of these. Back to travel. We'll head into the city of Idlebad, and for the first time since the start of the game, we're in an area with no enemies, so we'll be drawing an event card, which is picking fruits. You find a fructiferous tree. Deciding to stop and pick and eat the fruit, you delay your journey. Each hero discards one beneficial status effect and gains 1 health. Joke's on you event, I have no beneficial status effects, so I just gain a health. This will make all the difference. And also, while here we can spend 2 Chronicle points, which I think we should do, in order to refresh. So that's really good now. We can use these cards to discard some pulls that we don't... Or to discard some pulls that we don't like. I think I actually might have used her incorrectly earlier. To discard all the demon runes back to the bag instead of redraw. So, exhausting a hero card lets you redraw your last pull. I think I was thinking of the Black Shard Crystal, which says discard all the demon and lose a health. I think I actually did that instead. Did I? Or was I just thinking about it? You know, I don't know. Can't remember. It's on film. I got it wrong. Sorry. And we also get a wind rune, which, if we don't have anywhere to use it, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Now I've got an extra plant and an extra wind, so hopefully they won't come back and want us these extra runes. But that's the end of that. That was engage. We did engage. That was explore. And now we're back to world. So we're going to see another one of these little tokens come out here. And now we're back to travel. And so we're going to head into the RG Mountains, where we will fight 3 forest trolls. We'll probably die in this fight, but that's fine because we'll just come back. And forest trolls do not scare me. They sort of scare me. If I could get another attack, that'd be great. I didn't. What a bummer. Okay. Mud Wall 2, huh? Ghost voices. I do need to upgrade that because I've not really used it to great effect yet. Alright, pull number 1. All the plants. Let's just go ahead and throw them into Mud Wall. 1 strength. It's down there. 2. Keep saying I'll do this for you guys. Forget it. Right, we got 2 and a wind. These are some good pulls. We need that. And I guess we can do this as well. Although it doesn't matter because... I mean... We can't... we're just going to deal 1 massive attack, which is irrelevant. Yeah, so let's stop here then. And we'll resolve the first forest troll attack. Oh, first we gain a Chronicle point because we're in the blue zone, so we get a Chronicle. Oh, well, here comes the big attack, so actually that's good. So that's 4 damage, but what we're going to do is we're going to use Mud Wall 2, and we'll spend a Chronicle point as well. So this gives us 3 block, and also now we can activate an item for 1 cost less, which is good. Well, and what it means, yeah, I mean, I assume I've read this right. So when we come to activating the item, it will cost 1 else. So that still does 1 damage, which I guess I'll take. So there goes that 1 hit point I just got back from the fruitiferous tree. Then we're on to the second attack. There's actually going to be 3 of these. Oh my god, I might just die. -1. Okay, so this is pretty good actually, because this means that they're only doing 1 damage. I mean, it still kills me though. So the question is, does Vulgar take it? Do I try to defend it? I wish I had parry. If I had parry, I could do 2 damage to one of them, but I've used up all my parries. It makes me sad. So I think we'll just give up one of these charisma tokens here in order to block. Well, that's the damage. 1 damage right there. So, done. And the final attack. 0, so 2 damage. So yeah, then we'll use defense. So we use defense, we get 2, and because it's blocked all of the damage, we get 1 Chronicle point. And that's it. He's all out of abilities now. He's got none left. So he's just kind of 3 hit points and or test buffs left. I'll show you guys up there what he's got. It's kind of hard to see. So there we go. That's all Vulgar's got left to contribute. He's exhausted. But we blocked all the damage, and we got a Chronicle point for it. So that's that attack resolved, and now it's over to me. There's no point in using Vintner Focus, because I can only augment this attack. It already does enough to kill 1. But, you know, I might as well, because it gets me 1 extra Chronicle point for having a skill active. So that's 6 damage. We obliterate one of the forest trolls. Puff of forest troll smoke there. And then we can, at the end of the round, activate the Vintner Weaver's spells for just 1 Chronicle point, because... and it occurs to me, actually, I always thought Vintner Focus could combo with this, but I don't think it can. Because Vintner Weaver's spell says, each of your attacks deals +2 damage, and this says deal 1 damage twice, but this is an item, not an attack. So I presume that that's actually not how that works, because attacks quite specifically say attack on them. So I don't think that that can actually combo, which is a real bummer, because I thought it could. But that's fine. So this goes on the bottom of the deck, and we have to deal 1 damage to each remaining troll. Good. And so this business. So that was actually engage. We can't explore. We're down to world. We've got another Garm coming out. Relentless Garms. Oh my god. Thank god we already rescued. I'm running out of Garm models. Don't worry, the game tells you what to do in this case, but it's fine. Thank god we already went to the Dark Woods and rescued Harn, though, or else we'd be in trouble. Alright, so we're back to travel. We can't do it, so we're into engage again. Time for another round of combat. Aha, here is what we need. Dark Tendrils 2. That'll finish this fight in our favor. And a mud wall. Fingers crossed we don't take too much damage. Alright, so we got 1 demon mark, and we've got plant. Oh, wait. Oh, this would have comboed really well with Vintner, whatever it is. Vintner Focus. Then I could have done a 6 damage attack, a 7 damage attack, and 2 4 damage attacks. And if I had 4 Chronicle points, I could actually do a bunch of damage attacks. I mean, that would be amazing. Okay, so we just need this. This can go out here or here. I'm tempted to do one more pull just to see if I can't get True Sight one more time. I think that will be fine, provided I don't pull something horrific. Okay, it's not horrific. It's not great. But it's fine, because there we go. Boom. Alright, so we stop here. We got exactly what we wanted. So now it's time for the first Forest Troll attack. Yeah, those Garms are outrageous. So it's 2 damage. So we block it with the Mud Wall. Next attack from the Forest Troll is +1, so that's 3 damage. I can't block any of it, which means I have to take it all on Volgear or die. Now I'm in a position to kill both Forest Trolls, so I think I'm just going to soak it all on Volgear. But this is getting really scary. We're all out of bits. But I like what I've got on the table in terms of getting Chronicle points and whatnot. Yikes. He is exhausted out of this fight. I mean, he's actually not technically exhausted. That's a game mechanism, and he's still not exhausted, and I can still use him. So, but he's all tuckered out. He's run out of bonuses. So then we can use True Sight to gain 2 Chronicle points, and we can use Dark Tendrils to kill the remaining 2 guys. We go up to 4. They take 2 damage each. They've got 3 hit points, so they're killed. Ah, no, the darkness! The tendrils, they're encompassing me! All that I see! They're dead. And I use some kind of dark magic. And we get experience point. I don't know if we'll get 3, but... Actually, I don't know if they carry over. I guess not. Presumably they don't. But we're down to, like, literally 1 hit point. The next hit will just kill me. So... Actually, I forgot to take my Chronicle point for the Mistrack. There we go. More of those. Goodberg, that comment's been held. But, you know, I'm not a family friendly show. I mean, am I? I probably am, given the rate of things these days. Okay, so that's the end of that. So we can now go to explore and engage with the magic bird egg. You wander for a day in the forest without any success. You're almost ready to give up when your path takes you near an enormously tall tree. Its trunk as thick as 10 men lying side by side. It could be the gigantic tree that the wild folk warrior was talking about. Feathers They've misspelt it. Feathers litter the ground around the tree's base, and your sharp eyes spot an enormous nest far up in the branches, large enough to host a large warrior in full armor. Discard point of interest D. If there is a Vintner Weaver in the party, read this. Otherwise, do something else. There is a Vintner Weaver in the party. It me. You recognize the feathers as belonging to a Hapja, the Harpies of legend. They are magical, and you can use them to weave an enchantment, allowing you and the rest of the party to climb to the top of the tree. You cast your magic and become light as feathers yourselves. You float upward to the tree top. You reach the nest at the top of the tree. There's a lot of rubbish there, but also a marvelous golden egg. This must be what you're looking for. You grab it and start climbing down the tree. Suddenly, you see a pack of Hapja in the sky diving in your direction. Thieves! Thieves! They scream. You must escape as fast as possible. You must test agility, unless you're a Vintner Weaver, in which case you use magic and automatically succeed. This is why I'm the Vintner Weaver. Because, like, why run the risk of trying to actually do things when you can just solve all problems with magic? You dodge the attack and hold tight to the tree. You managed to steal the magical egg. You must return to Hilda in the Wildland and feed it raw to Hilda in order to cure her. Gain quest token 2. Well, that's fine. Right. And then we're back to the world track. And then we're back to travel. I guess we go back via the city of Idlebat. Well, we have no other choice because, quite frankly, all the other are sea borders. We could wander way off down here for like no reason, just to waste time. Come on, egg. I don't know why you're still here. You're so sleepy. I mean, they literally just say in the rulebook, put this figure out, because then you feel like you're playing with more of the figures from the game. I could... Is there any point in doing this? Not really. I need to do an event card anyway. Hopefully it's a nice one. Oh. Engage the event card. Enemy troops! You have visions of vicious enemy troops marching in your direction. Move all arrow enemies one region towards the closest hero. Amazingly, the only arrow enemies are the Draugr, and I've killed them all, so actually nobody moves. So, fortunately, that does nothing, which is great. Now the question is, do I go into the Eastern Darkwoods? I'll probably die if I do. On the other hand, if I don't, I can't imagine that I'm going to... If I go via the Ice Peak Mountains, I'll have an event. Events are one of the only things in this game that's actually healed me. Take that, game. Yeah, Tifter. We have to celebrate these these little victories. Haha, game, I killed all your minions, and now they don't move. This event card is useless. Ha. But yeah, I mean, I don't really fancy this fight with the Draugr. Sorry, with the Garm again. On the other hand, I don't really fancy fighting two at once. If I fight it, I'll almost certainly die. But I still have time to get rid of the weird card. So maybe we do go via the Eastern Darkwoods. Also, if one more Garm spawns, I'll actually get to level up again, which is kind of bananas. Oh god, I hope I can do that. Heroes level up by collecting 3 points. Yeah, and you get an experience point every time you finish a battle in an adventure. This is an adventure, not... So some are side quests, but this is a full-on adventure. In fact, I'm pretty sure I only have adventures in the core game. I don't know. Goodberg, maybe you can correct me. But I think I've got this feeling that all of the side quests are in the expansions and stretch goals. So I think we might only be doing full-on adventures. But if we kill that Garm, we'll be one step closer to leveling up. There'll probably be another one by the time we get there again. Also, we have to kill it. Yeah, I think we kill it now, because if I die, then at least I can have a bit of time to try and get rid of the weird card. I swear to God, if I end this adventure with a weird card, I'm going to be so mad. So, here we go. That was... Oh yeah, actually, after Dranvelt, I forgot to do the remaining 2 rounds. So we should really have one more of these out here. Yes, I'll definitely be fighting another Garm anyway. Almost certainly. Unless the point of interest in Wildland goes away entirely. But... it seems extremely unlikely. Okay, so we're fighting Garm. Right. I have no instant things to activate. Goodberg says, nope, there are still side quests in this one. Okay, fair enough. I just haven't uncovered any yet. That's fine. Mudwall 2. Vintner Focus. Dark Tendrils 2, and True Sight. So ideally, we want these 3. If we can do them all, great. Alright, here we go. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. This is actually a great set of cards. That's what I mean about the feat card pulls. Like, if you get the right sort of set of 4 feats, you can pretty much use anything. Right. Note. Still cool. So, I can exhaust, actually, if I get a really bad draw. Still got 2 exhausts that I haven't even used. But, I mean, that's a shame to get that guy, but that's actually fine. We triggered literally. So, let us just hope that the Garm doesn't kill us. He does 2 damage plus whatever this card is. This card is +1. It's fine. If it's, yeah. Here we go. Fingers crossed. 0. Great. Amazing. He activates his rune, which gives us a blood rune, so we have to push this one off to make room, and then we'll put it back. It's the same thing. He does 2 damage. We can block it with the mud wall. I don't even need to use the bottom part of it, because he hasn't done enough damage. I don't need the warrior's weapons, because now I can hit up these 2, which will deal 4 damage and then 2 damage, which will kill him. And then that one gives me 2 more Chronicle points. I got Chronicle points for days. Fortunately, that was like 2 of my graded feats right there. I guess now we'll just wander back to the camp and die there instead. The enemy camp or whatever, where we're going. So you get 1 more experience point. And that's the end of that. So, sound of a Garm popping. Which way around you go? Okay, and then we're back over here to this board. We've just done engage. Oh my god, we're gonna have to fight another Garm. Oh, I'm gonna be stuck here for... I should have gone through the Ice Peak Mountains. Oh, it's fine, I'll just die or level up again. This is annoying though. There's nothing to explore, so we're back into World, which triggers spawning of more Garms. So now what we're going to do is actually just pop out this token as well. So here, this Garm comes back immediately, and then here's another Garm. This is death. We can't go in there. Yeah, rip. Alright, and then, God, that's kind of annoying though, because I kind of just want to get into the story. Right, back to travel. I can't travel because there's a point of interest in an enemy. I'm not even allowed to leave and take the damage if I wanted. So now we're just doing Garm fight again. This mechanism is a bit annoying. I don't mind this idea of the world getting more threatening, but I don't like that it's just constantly pumping enemies into one area. I kind of wish it was like, if there are X number of Garms on the board, instead move them towards you or something like that. Rather than just constantly pumping out enemies. Particularly because if you avoided the Eastern Darkwoods for any period of time, then you could actually build up an almost unbeatable amount of enemies in here. And I mean, the way the game functions, it wouldn't be unbeatable. It would just take a really long time to resolve the combat. Uh-oh. Okay, this is fine. Here to take Garm tomorrow. Garm, damn it! Well, we'll level up if we kill this one, which is kind of also a little... See, it feels a little wrong. But we'll probably die because I don't have enough block, I don't think. Doing 1 more pull because I'd like to get Mud Wall too. Because if I don't get Mud Wall, I'll die. Oh, there's that. I guess I have ghost voices now as well. Right, and that's the end of that. So now we see the garment. Well, we get a chronicle point. So many chronicle points. If only we could use them to get health. Here's the garbage attack. If it's plus anything, I'm dead. Well, there's the +3. Murdered. Alright, so the Undead. This is all cancelled. The attack, I mean. Blah, 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 blah. We come back on 6 health with a weird card in the deck, which we now have to get rid of before the end of the adventure. Reshuffle this, and more importantly, this flips around again to engage, spawning an additional token here. God, let me not get stuck in an endless cycle of fighting Garms in this one zone. I've got the Harpy Egg, just let me go! But I'm actually not allowed to leave, otherwise I would just now give up a hit point. Oh yeah. I like the Nemesis enemy movement, but I'm biased towards that game. You mean the way they move in Nemesis with the event cards that move them along the corridors? I mean, it's very thematic. Like, obviously, wouldn't really work in this one, Difter. Unless all the borders were numbered, but then they just kind of end up wandering around randomly. Which in Nemesis is thematic and cool, but in this would be kind of odd, I think. Because it's pretty much all the fights are with figures on the board. Like, you don't fight in the encounter book. It typically just spawns an enemy on the board for you to fight after you're done reading the book. So these combats are all the combats you'll see in the game. Alright, here we go. Garm Fight 2.0. 4.0? I don't know. Oh, it's on my mud walls. Oh no, I don't have any cards with wind on them. And the weird card. This is annoying. So when are we going to see ninjas? I know, Eddie. Where are the ninjas at? I thought Nordic mythology was all about them ninjas. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that goes down there and up. Actually, Joe, I'm going to put these both. Oh, that's I want to get rid of this weird. Oh, amazing. That's actually incredible. I pulled everything I need. Okay, I'm done. So we check this. I get another. I'm gonna max out Chronicle points. Garm attacks. I'm so angry. The game mocks me. It waits right until the end, and then it pulls this shit again. Right, here's Mudwall 2. I spend the Chronicle point. We block 3 damage. I take 2 and go down to 4. That's fine. We hit it for 4 damage then. We also get rid of Weird and get 3 Chronicle points. And we get to get rid of Weird because we're going to spend 1 Chronicle point to activate the Warrior's Weapons, which deals the last damage needed to kill the Garm. Good God. This card can go to hell. I never got too upset with the doubles and the misses in Gloomhaven, but that card seems to dog me in this game. Maybe it's because I think that the enemy attack deck is smaller than the modifier deck in Gloomhaven. Or maybe it's because I just seem to draw that. Whenever I draw it, I seem to draw it twice in a row. In fact, I think that's exactly it. I only seem to draw it like twice in a row. And that's just coincidence. Anyway, Garm dead. And that means we get to upgrade our character. And also we got rid of weird, which is good, because we can't be letting any more weirdness happen. This game's already hard enough. Sort of hard enough. Anyway, I'm shuffling the +3 to the bottom. Yep, it's definitely on the bottom now. For sure it is. Also, I should probably sleeve that deck. If I was to sleeve any cards, Monpass, if you're watching later, then I would sleeve that deck, because I shuffle it all the time. Okay. Right, upgrades. Level up. True Sight 2, Mudwall 2 again, and Ghost Voices 2. Right, I did complain about Ghost Voices 1 being terrible. So I think let's take Ghost Voices 2. I actually like it a lot. And then I think we should put Mudwall on the top. And True Sight 2 on the bottom. Because Mudwall is really good. Yeah, did I even shuffle the deck? I know. Alright, but the good news is that we don't need to explore. I'm going to put out one more world token. Guys, if I was stuck here for one more round, another Garm would spawn. How nuts is that? That's so annoying. Alright, back to travel. Let's get the hell out of here. Come on, Harn. You have to go lay an egg for your sister. There's a weird narrative going on here. At some point, I got confused. Alright, so we have to draw an event card because there's no enemies here. Please don't spawn enemies. Inn on the road. The warm lights of an inn welcome you. Each hero must perform an Intelligence 3 test. Oh, we did this last time. Oh, here we go. I've got no buffs for this. Oh, those two are. But I should be okay. We'll see. Weird chicken narrative. Don't you know that the Whalda folk are chickens, Brian? Didn't you know that? I thought you were up on Trudvang lore. Oh, that's 1. 2. Could this final one be an intelligence token? Ah, bummer. Well, I've got no more buffs to this, so I just failed. Interestingly, I've made myself worse at these tests by upgrading my bag. You fail! You must discard one blue status effect. Well, that ain't no thing. Oh, but if you'd succeeded, you would have gained a wild rune. Those are great because they go in the bag and they can be used for anything. Right, so here we go. We can now interact with, well, we can actually also interact with the location, which I think I will do because I have so many points here. So I'll just spend 2 and gain another blue token into the bag. I can also refresh, but everyone's actually already refreshed, so it's fine. And now we get to read the next story point, which is you brought the egg to Hilda. Let's find out what happens with Hilda. You reach the Black Deer's war camp, finding it at the edge of a swiftly moving river. You use the remedy on Hilda's wounds, and the warrior woman opens her eyes. Wow, that was abrupt. She ate the chicken. You ate your brother! And I've gained his strength. We also get to get rid of this, which means no more Garms coming out, which is awesome. Unless it puts out another one. Okay. And now this is Hilda. And she's also a Wilderfolk. Who are you? She asks. Your father sent us, you say. Very well. I thank you for your aid, but we have no time to talk to strangers. She gains to her feet, unsteady at first, but with a rapidly returning strength. A battle awaits me. Hrothgar will die by my hand. Later that day, the champions of the two clans meet in single combat in the shallow ford near both camps. You are here to die, woman, the muscular champion of the Silver Trouts says, smiling wide. Uh-oh. She might die because I forgot about his immortality. Hilda strikes Hrothgar with all her strength, but her axe simply bounces off her enemy's skin. Laughing like a madman, Hrothgar strikes back with incredible ferocity, ignoring all defense and simply hacking away at her shield and body. The warrior woman falls to the enemy's blows. Fortunately, her armor protected her, but she's now unconscious. You must intervene before Hrothgar attacks her again. Hrothgar turns to you with a wicked smile. And you are next in line. With a savage howl, the apparently invulnerable champion attacks you. You must defend yourself. You fight with all your skill, but your weapon inflicts no damage. Hrothgar laughs evilly. Puny manling! Face the might of my queen! And then, under the astonished eyes of both clans, his skin stretches and splits as he transforms into a weregarm. As the creature rushes in your direction, you swing your sword without hope and ready yourself to face your destiny. With great surprise, the blow actually breaks the skin, and Hrothgar screams in pain. The transformation must have made him vulnerable again. Place one Mighty Garm in the region and reveal point of interest 1. Oh, do you know it'd be fun actually? Bear with me 2 ticks. So we're supposed to spawn an elite Garm figure here to represent Hrothgar. Oh. Here's actual Garm, which is also a cool mini or not. Mini. Which I just happen to have on hand because, really, if you're living life right, you should always have a copy of Blood Rage in easy reach. You gonna show it to them or no? You don't want to? Alright, that's fine. We'll look in the other camera. This looks scary. Is a big weregarm. Alright. And now we have to also reveal point of interest. Oh, I forgot what letter it told me to look at. Oh, I'm a dummy. Chapter was that? Oh god, I've lost track. There we go. Point I. So hopefully not too scary. Not as scary as last time. When we fought 2 cleavers. Fingers crossed. Hrothgar Weregarm, boss. 7 health. Oh, it's a boss though. So it's got 14 health. It attacks for 3 damage twice and 1 armor. I mean, we're certainly gonna die. I only have 4 hit points. But the real question is whether or not I have any weird cards left after I die. I've died a bunch of times. We can get rid of the weird cards, we'll be okay. That's what I've learned. So this is the actual boss then? I didn't even fight a boss last time. God, look at all these windows we still haven't opened. Speaking of which, we are actually on Explore. Now we go down to World, and we don't have to spawn a thing because there's no point of interest token there yet, so let's begin the fight. Okay. This combo's awesome. If we can survive long enough to use this, we might actually have a chance here. Oh my god, it's only attacks. I have no defense. Except for the sword, which I will definitely use. I mean, what's interesting is the only window for using the active item is at the end of the round, but that makes no sense if it has defense on it, because you need to use defense when you're being attacked. So I'm just going to presume I can use this when I'm being attacked. Because otherwise it's not usable. Okay, so here we go. But if we can trigger Vintner Focus, we could do +2 for each attack. And then we could do like 8. We could kill him this round if we can live long enough. If we can do these 3 and survive, we could kill him this round. Okay. This is exactly what I said last time, and then instead of killing him, I died. And then we had to play for like another 20 minutes. So y'all touch wood if you're at home. Oh, that's too many tokens. It's a little hard to tell sometimes. That's the one thing I'm missing about the stretch goals, were the plastic rune tokens. I think they would actually be really helpful. Alright. I really need some... do you know what? I might just put these back in the bag. I will exhaust Volgar to re-pull that. I really need the strength runes. Where are my strength runes at? These 3 new ones? Find me 3 that I haven't seen yet. Okay, here we go. Yes, perfect, perfect. Oh, exactly perfect. Look at that. Amazing. Brilliant. We stop here. We gain a Chronicle point. Now we just need to survive his 2 attacks, which is highly unrealistic, but let's find out. Oh! Great. Okay, so this attack goes down to 1 damage. So I think we take that, and because we've got 2 block, and we need to save for his next attack. And then we also lose 2 Chronicle points thanks to his rune. Okay. Oh, maybe. Maybe this is going to go our way. Please, please, please. Please, 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 please. +0. Brilliant. Perfect. So we gain one of these runes, which means that... and then... did I get a Chronicle point for the miss? Or is that after the attacks? No, I don't think I did. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then he does 3 damage, so we block 2 of it using the Tower Lord's sword. And then... oh, and that costs 2. No, it doesn't. It costs 1. Yes, it costs 1. And then we take a damage. So we've actually survived on 2 health, which is incredible. Because now we trigger Vintner Focus, and we spend 2 Chronicle points to trigger each of your attacks deals +2 damage. And then we trigger Vintner Blast 2, So now it deals 7 damage, and if you activated a skill, which it is, deal 1 damage and gain a Chronicle point. So that's actually a total of 8 damage to him. Which I'll just put out here for the sake of simplicity. And then we can trigger Ghost Voices for reasons I don't know why I'm doing it. But mainly because I'm tired of not having any green buffs, I guess. Blue buffs? Whatever. And then we lose 2 Chronicle points, but that's fine. Because now we can trigger Dark Tendrils, the combo I've never pulled off, which deals 2 damage twice, but each of your attacks deals plus 2 damage. So I presume that that stacks, because otherwise what the hell's the point? Right? So it deals 4 damage twice? And then we can spend 2 more. But honestly, even if it just dealt 4 damage and then 2 damage, that would be 6, which would be 14, and we could pay 2 more to kill him. But if it so really it's the question of whether or not we spend 2 Chronicle points to kill him or not. But I don't think we have to, because I believe it deals 2 twice. I need Simo to fact that or something. But otherwise, what's the point in dealing 2 damage? Oh, he's got armor though. Shit. Oh, maybe we do have to then. So hang on, he would block one of these. But then would this have dealt extra damage? Because this deals 1 damage. Oh my god, this is not how I wanted this to go. In terms of having to mess this up. See, this says deal 1 damage. So, would Vintner Focus, each of your attacks deals plus 2 damage. Would this deal 7 and then 3? Or 7 and then 1? I don't know. I treated it as 7 and then 1. So, if we take away that for the armor, and then we deal 3 damage twice for 6. And then we do this for 2 more. Does armor apply to that? Does armor apply to everything? Fuck, how does armor work? God damn it. Goodberg, help! Help! God damn it, Simon. There are ways to make this just super clear. Anyway, I'm not going to complain because I'm pretty sure, even if it's the worst case scenario, he's probably still dead. But, I don't want to just assume it's the worst case every time. I want to do the powerful combo, and then, you know, have fun with the powerful combo instead of this shit. For each attack activated, add up the hero's total attacks, and then subtract the target enemy's total defense. Okay, yeah, so that works in my favor then. Yeah. Goodberg agrees. He says, just kill the bastard. Yeah, I think so, because it says basically total up the damage. So I still don't really understand how to do the maths, but worst case scenario, this does 8, minus 1 for 7, and this does 7 minus 1 for 6, which is 13, which actually misses killing him by 1 point of damage. No, wait, how can that be? No, worst case scenario. Yeah, worst case scenario, this does 7 and this does 7. Yes. So it's fine. But I have to spend the 2 Chronicle points, which is also fine. So he dies, no matter what. Blah! Uber combo. Never pulled it off before. Probably never pull it off again. But for now, it worked out. And then we can go back to, and then, oh, do we get and then we get an experience point. And then we can go back to, explore and find out what happens next. Your final blow slays the beast man, his astonishment fading into death. While the silver trouts flee, ashamed and confused, your allies, the black deers, cheer your success. Pakak! You are the champion of the wild folk, they say. A hero in your party gains the card Champion of the Wild Folk. Which is me. I'm the only hero. Having broken the enchantment that made Hrothgar invincible, you were able to defeat the champion of the Silver Trouts. The Black Deers cheered your success and you have become the champion of the Wild Folk. Plus, Leaf. I guess that means I start with that in my bag if I have the title. But I won't be able to keep it anyway. I will. It's complicated. The solo mode. I'll explain it later. You safely travel back to the Dark Woods to speak with Gorma. Place all the heroes in the party in the Eastern Dark Woods. Does Hilda come? I'm going to bring Hilda. Right, and then we go down to World. Fortunately, we don't have to spawn another Garm because there's no more points of interest in the Wildlands. Travel we don't need to do. Engage. I guess we have to do one final event card. Please don't spawn anything for me to fight. I'm ready to not have to do anything for it. Aha! All the Draugr are dead though. Another useless card game. Once again, you have been foiled by my genius. It was just as I planned it. Okay. Something must have happened somewhere, though. This isn't right. Oh no, here it is. Yes, this is what I need. Sorry, I got lost in the track through the book. Harn sits down and after taking a bit... No, that's not right. This is what I need, sorry. Hilda tells you. Some weeks ago I was leading a group of scouts up the tall hill when the moon was obscured by the shape of an enormous thorn beast crossing the sky, ridden by a mighty warrior with a big helm. But he didn't go far. A hail of arrows from the thick of the woods put the beast down. It fell in the part of a forest we call the Den of the Spider. I don't think the mount or the rider survived, but you can go and check if you like. We don't venture into that region of the Dark Woods. It's too dangerous. It's a feeble track, but it's the only one you have. Unlock adventure card, Web of Deceit. Interesting, so now I have two different adventures I can do next. Either we can follow Harn, or we can follow Hilda. Do we not get any, like... Well, we got a title, I guess. I was about to say, do we not get any, like, cool... Yeah, so this is another adventure. So we have two adventures now. We can either do the Web of Deceit and follow Hilda's words, or we can do the Lord of the Arcs and follow Harn's story. I like that it's split like this. I really hope that you have to choose one of the or the other. Because that means there's like a whole adventure that you won't do, which is nice for replayability. And it makes the decision making feel more impactful. Anyway, that is otherwise the end of the chapter. There is some text remaining. Let's just find... Gorma thanks you for what you did. Before you leave, he has a final warning. Scarred point of interest. Oh, that's fine. God, what was his voice? Dim gates have been opening in the land. More and more people are losing themselves in the mists and encountering unspeakable creatures. More and more of these monsters will keep crossing over, until those infernal gates to the other worlds are closed. Trudvang isn't safe, he says. Gain location cards, a bunch of them. Add them to the adventure board. Okay. Curious. I'm running out of space in my adventure board game. So what have we got here? We've got dim gates. Darkwoods. They do have words on them. So do we need to, do not replace any current location. Instead, move them to the adventure board. They may still be activated during the explore phase by heroes in their original region. Unlock the side quest, the Dim Gates Secret. Okay. Wait a minute. What is this? I think we should probably do that side quest as well. Oh my god, I'm getting quite into this actually. Place one enemy in this and each adjacent region. But we don't know what kind of enemy. You agree with him, but you also know you have more pressing matters to attend to. Is it more important to follow the thief's tracks before the trail grows cold, or divert your attention to this new threat? What if the threats are combined? What if your quest and my quest are the same quest? What if it's all one thing? Only the secrets of the dim gates will tell us. Side quest. Basically, run off on an errand. Dim gates are opening all across Trudvang. It is imperative you discover how to close them. You heard that Scaru the Sly, a powerful vintner weaver, may have answers to aid you in this quest. Maybe he can also train me, teach me how to weave vintner better. I have so many things to sleeve after just 2 chapters. I've completely filled up this board. Have I followed the correct instructions correctly with these dim gates? It did just say sleeve them in the storyboard, right? Do not place them in any cart. Instead, move them to the adventure board. Yeah. This is the adventure board, isn't it? I thought this was the storyboard. I will figure this out off camera. But that's the end of it for now. We've unlocked 2 new quests and a side quest. Hauser has appeared to say some good reviews and some bad reviews for this game so far. Kind of confusing. Yes, Hauser. I can understand why it's been polarizing. Do you want... I mean, I think that... I think ultimately it's like the story, right? If you don't like generic fantasy quest story, you're probably not going to be super into it. But so far I'm having a pretty good time. I never nearly died today. Yeah, today went much better. I feel like I learned some bits from the last game and applied what I learned, and I did better in this game. And it wasn't just about getting the rules right. It was also sort of about technique. So there is still a bunch of like luck in the game, but like you can also improve. No, it's not complex. It's not heavy. It's not Gloomhaven. You know, it's a fun romp, but it's got more narrative. I mean, I haven't played much of actual Gloomhaven. I've only really played Jaws of the Lion and the video game, and then I only played Guildmasters. The point is, I don't really know how prevalent the narrative in Gloomhaven OG is, but I know that the narrative in Jaws of the Lion is not really any better than this. In fact, I would argue this is probably a bit more interesting. Possibly because the world is quite fun and they're drawing from that. I do kind of wish they'd actually had a bit more Trudvang going on. It would be nice to see more pictures in the storybook, things like that. But art's expensive. And I guess they didn't put their money into that. But for what it's worth, I'm excited for the next chapter and to continue the game. So so far I'm enjoying it, for sure. But it's definitely a question of how much you like generic fantasy adventure. And anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this as well, coming on this romp with me and seeing Chapter 2 of Trudvang. I'll probably come back for a bit more of it. But for now, we're going to have another live stream tomorrow, something entirely different. So keep your eyes peeled for when that goes up, posting for that. And I know that Difter and Eddie and Heggers are here in the chat. But for all of you patrons watching, thank you so much for your support. And if you guys want to get involved with supporting the show and the games, please do check out Ready Steady Play on Patreon. That is by far and away my primary way of supporting the show, so that we can stay independent, play what we want, and say what we want. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Brian, do I owe you a mug? I'll have to find out. If I owe you a mug, hit me up. I'll get you that mug. Bye-bye for now, everyone. See you in the next video.